is the Dr. Reverend Julie Rowe with headlines and punchlines for December 5th, 2025, the 319th day of the Sex Offender Administration. A federal grand jury in Norfolk, Virginia refused to indict New York Attorney General Letitia James for alleged mortgage fraud on Thursday. The grand jury's return of a no-true bill in the case marked an extraordinary rebuke by average citizens of the Department of Justice's attempt to bring charges against James for a second time. The Department of Justice is determined to punish Letitia James for Trump's crimes. The Supreme Court, in a 6-3 vote on Thursday, allowed Texas to use a new congressional district map in next year's midterm election that was drawn to maximize Republican political power. The conservative majority paused a lower court ruling that said the map was unlawful because Republican lawmakers, when drawing the new districts, explicitly considered race. The conservatives on the Supreme Court said it's not a race if only one side can win. New Zealand's police, who have spent 6 days monitoring every bowel movement of a man accused of swallowing a James Bond-inspired pendant in a jewelry store, said that they had recovered the allegedly stolen loot. A spokesperson said the Fabergé pendant, worth $19,000 was recovered from the man's gastrointestinal tract on Thursday night by natural causes. Medical intervention was not required. The new Bond movie based on this caper will be called You Only Shit Twice. This has been the Dr. Reverend Julie Rowe with headlines and punchlines for December 5th, 2025, the 319th day of the Sex Offender Administration. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on MindDog TV.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guests and should not be interpreted as statement of fact.
I don't think
Independent
that's
fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Oh, we could do that. Be like,
Damn good coffee. And hot.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
My dog is your best friend. My best friend. That's my best friend. Mine. That's my best friend.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with the Dog. You make me laugh.
Yeah, wonderful. Just wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful. All right. I don't know. Look at the crooked head on me. Hold on. I don't know. How do I... Oh. Good morning, folks. It is Friday. Are you happy it's Friday? It's Friday, no, I almost said November, December 5th, 2025. And as you heard the Rev there with the news there about bowel movement or stuff stuck in a rectum or whatever. Geez, I guess there's good news to be had. Well, he did mention the story about the Texas congressional map, but according to the latest news, Virginia said, yeah, we see you see your redistricting, and we raise you some redistricting. Virginia is passing a new map that will take 4 seats back. It's just seats. We're just stealing seats. It's like Simon Says, or what is that? No, Simon Says, whatever. I don't know if I'm being scammed, and this is it's so weird that I can't figure out. I'm either on to a great opportunity, or I'm discovering a whole new scam that was never scammed in any scamadiculous type of scamadacious. What am I saying? Well, somebody, a foreign company based in Switzerland, contacted me to do some marketing for their U.S. branch. Okay, we'd like to meet with you. Okay, on but it's not going to be. It'll be on Zoom. No webcam or microphone is necessary. What are you just going to look at me? How you see it through my computer? No, it's just texting. Texting. Well, why don't you have my text number? You have my email. Why are we on Zoom? Texting on Zoom. Cut out the middleman. And then it turned out to be like a 3.5 hour get to know each other texting conversation. Tell me about your skills. Tell me about what you, and what you, I see your resume is impressive, but can you elaborate on and all day long? And it's like, can I go now? Oh wait, we're gonna see if you got the job. Hold on, can you hold on 30 minutes while I see if you got the job? Well, you can shut up. You mean sit here and look at Zoom for 30 minutes? Yes, that's what we mean. So I did that, and the guy goes, congratulations, you got the job. We're going to be sending you a check. First of all, we need your mailing address, because we're going to be sending you a new computer, laptop computer. We're going to be sending you all the printer, a laser printer, and all this kind of stuff to set up your home office. Like, and you're not asking me for any money yet. So that's where the scam part comes in. I'm like, did I just waste 3.5 hours? No. We're also sending you a certified check. And we'll get you the tracking number on that, so you can buy softwares that you need or whatever. Like, and you're not asking me for any money. Like, it feels like a scam, but you're not asking me for any money. It feels like the biggest scam in the world. Like I'm, okay, we need just to check in with me at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I checked in with them this morning. It's fine. We're just letting you know that the tracking number for your check, you'll start work as soon as you get all your equipments signed for, and you get the software you need. We'll get you started. We'll get a supervisor assigned to you, and it's insane money. I wouldn't even be thinking of it. It's 4 hours a day maximum, and insane money to be paid. I'm like, I checked out the company. The company is legit. This guy actually works for the company. I checked out the company in many different ways, researched it. It feels, obviously, if you're sitting there hearing the story, you're saying, this sounds like a scam, and this it feels like a scam, but there's no scam. He's not asking me. And now I'm like, if I deposit a certified check, there's no way they can take money from my account, right? Google it. That's what my wife does. Russ White's, your wife scams old people like me. Wow. DD saying it's a scam. Now we'll get to the live conversation about whether this is a scam or not. But the idea of like, why does it have to be on Zoom if we're going to just chat? Like, and so he asked me today. That's all for now. But could you leave Zoom open today in case we need to get? Why through Zoom? I did ask why through Zoom. It's because it's encrypted, because they have privacy concerns and they don't want me even talking about this. Yeah. But again, the company checks out completely. This guy actually works for the company. I don't know. So sure, send me equipment. If you send me equipment, send me a computer, and when it gets here, and a laser printer and a whole bunch of other equipment that they're sending me. Don't you need to see Elizabeth Croydon, the queen of all Croydons? is in the chat room. She says, "Don't tell me you're old. I need to see your ID." Look at the white beard. Come on, that should give it away. I'm old. I am very, very, very old. But I'm old enough to be scammed by young people. But I'm not giving them any money. And I don't think this is what GD is saying here. You endorse the check and they deposit and deposit. Now they have your account information. They can't do anything ACH or whatever without permission. My bank has to have permission about that. And then when I go to cash a check, I will definitely talk to an account representative and say, "Yeah, I cancel this. They're not going to." And but the free equipment is the first thing I got to get. So I don't know. It feels obviously it feels scammy, but they're not asking me for anything, which makes it non-scammy. If you listen, maybe they're just really bad at scamming. That's a possibility. Anyway, there's no guest scheduled today. There was going to be a guest scheduled today, but some things have been falling through the cracks a lot lately. So yeah. Now the one thing that GD did not the Rev did not mention in the news, I think is big news. Big news for you. It's big news for me. It's big news. No, it's not really. Netflix apparently is buying Warner Brothers for $71 billion or some insane number. What is the number? Where's the number here? $72 billion deal that would transform Hollywood. Now, I heard not necessarily that this is going to be anything I'll be included in. But they did say earlier this year that Netflix was going to start podcasting. They were going to, just put some podcasts on there, some different genres of podcasts, a podcasting channel on Netflix, and they're just going to aggregate from the web what's already there. So, but they're not going to pick us. You'd have to be out of your mind to pick us. A guy who looks like Tim Pool with a white beard, old guy who's getting scammed. Like, oh yeah, that's interesting for people on Netflix. That's good, worth you $15 a month. But you never know, right? You never know. Anyway. I'm going to play a commercial, and you know what? It looks like another guy with a white beard here, and not even that old, but he has a white beard is here. And I'm not talking about GD because GD rents his white beard. I don't know if you know about it. It's a weekly rental. So yeah, commercials, right? We have commercials. Daily High Club is extending. Yeah. I have a feeling Christmas and New Year's will come, and Daily High Club will be saying, "Don't forget to mention that we are extending our Cyber Monday deals." So if you want to get high daily like I do,
With humble East Coast beginnings in 2015, Daily High Club is the premier destination for glass water pipes, vaporizers, and consumption accessories. If you're looking to elevate your smoking game to the next level, you're in the right place. With over 1 million top-quality smoking products sold, and with a growing base of over 10,000 monthly subscribers worldwide, we deliver the ultimate smoking experience. But Daily High Club is not just a retailer, we're lovers of the smoking scene ourselves, working with giants like Tommy Chong, Snoop Dogg, Chanel West Coast, and more. Ready to join the Daily High Club? Let our experts curate your collection with our awesome El Primo monthly subscription box, or grab one of our fun and unique pieces from our smoke shop. Click the link in the description below this video to get this party started now.
Now I said, no, oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, in the room with me now, the aforementioned white-bearded Ron Kane. I didn't actually mention him by name. I just said the white beard, but he's not really that old. He's prematurely white-bearded, and also a guy who was the king of all internet scams, including depositing certified checks and stealing money from people. GD Fenderson. Good morning, GD.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com. Order your 2026 Mind Dog quote for the day calendar. Today's quote for today, for next year's calendar. Nickels do not come from heaven. They have to be earned here on earth. Margaret Thatcher. Go to MindDogTV.com/merch and make more investments, for the kids. Support your local mercenaries and enjoy the suffering.
Huh. So you're of the opinion that I'm getting scammed, that if I deposit a check, somehow they can get my account information and steal all my money.
It's called a confidence game for a reason. They have to gain your confidence before they fuck you.
I understand that, but they can't really. You can't just, if somebody deposits your check, just that doesn't give you access to their checking account. I think I'm not saying it's not a scam. I'm saying the methodology that you're laying out there is flawed.
When you deposit a check, on the backside of the check, they print that all that shit stuff. That's information that they can use. So I don't know if they sell it. I'm just saying they don't want you to see their face. They don't want to be identified. It's scammy all over. It's scammy.
I agree that it smells like a scam all over. I agree with all that, but the ACH doesn't work that way. Your bank needs your permission to just. You can't, because then you would never deposit any check if that were the case. Because everybody you've ever deposited a check for could possibly just steal your money. If what you were saying.
In the old days, I think you'd be right. Nowadays, between the information and the way they just clone and fake shit, I don't know. I'm just.
I agree. I'm highly suspicious of this whole thing. I just don't think that you have the methodology worked out correctly. It feels scammy.
This is just a methodology I'm working up based on the information that I've been given. Right. If I have different information or more information, I might have a different methodology.
You've been given all the information that there is right now. 3.5 hours texting back and forth questions about.
Well, let me see the questions that they text you, because maybe there's something in the questions that they're, it's more. Let's say the questions are kind of ambiguous to you, but they are telling to them. They can say, okay, he likes to do this. We can scam him with that, or we can. I don't know.
Like basically, they would go down through my resume and say, what were your duties and responsibilities here? What was a day like there? What is your greatest accomplishment there? And whatever position that I've held in the past, that kind of stuff.
I think they're keeping their powder dry. Then they're keeping their powder dry. I think it's a scam, and they're keeping their powder dry to gain your confidence.
All right, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. But then they haven't gained my confidence yet. I'm fucking suspicious as hell. But you know what? If they're going to send me a new computer and a laser printer, and it shows up here, and the guy's says he's going to give me a tracking number today, and it should be here by early next week. Well, I'm just going to take that stuff and set it up and use it. I'm not going to. They can't force me to pay them anything. So what's the harm in just taking that laptop, brand new MacBook Pro? They want to send me and a laser printer and a bunch of other stuff. There's no harm in just taking that and setting it up and keeping it, right? Or what am I missing? Ron, weigh in on this. It's a scam. Okay, all right. We heard from Ron. Now we'll move on. All right. So I will keep you updated as the scam develops. But
okay, I don't understand. Today's the title of today's show. Tony Walker needs a link.
Because every day when I don't put the bucket in, like I've been a little slacking on getting the bucket in on time. If it's not by the time he's ready to start promoing the stuff, he'll just go on my Facebook page and go in my photos and take the most unflattering, stupid photo of me and post that as tomorrow's show. So I said I couldn't figure out what today's show was going to be about. I said, this is just for Tony because he needs a link. Or else, if you read the description, he's just going to go into my Facebook photos and just grab something like me sitting on the toilet saying, oh yeah. Right, you probably saying to yourself, why do you have to do stuff on the toilet? I don't know. Anyway, that's the bottom line on Netflix. Netflix is buying one of those $72 billion.
Hey Matt, your audio is terrible.
Thank God you said that, Ron. I thought it was my headset. I've been trying to fix it.
My audio is terrible?
That's better now. It's better now.
The audio was shit. I thought it was my headset. I'm to fix it because nobody's looking. Ron's face hadn't changed. So I'm thinking, it's me. It's only me.
No, according to this, all the levels are right and everything's perfect.
No, it's fine now, but just a minute ago it was not great.
Yeah,
interesting.
It was doo doo.
Oh, see, like is that better? You love that when I bob it. What's going on with this? It's my. I need a little Viagra in my mic stand here. The Netflix thing, $72 billion. Is that what does that mean? For you, for me, are we gonna get anything out of that?
No, just higher prices.
Kev down in New Zealand says we're still old school down here, joints and bongs. I'm a joint man myself. Bongs, I mean, that was maybe high school, possibly like first year college. Bongs, I don't know. You guys ever smoke from a bong? Bong water. Oh,
sure. The first time I did it, I didn't have good instructions, and I was basing it on the fact that if I sucked the thing, I would be sucking up the water. And that doesn't make sense. And if I blow it, it's not going to get into my face. I don't understand how this is working. And so I blew anyway, and the water just shot all over the fucking place.
There's nothing worse than bong water. I mean, that's worse than skunk stink. That will stick. Stick with.
Yeah,
you have to.
And everybody kept saying, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You think that's funny?" I'm like, "No, I didn't know. I've never used a bong before. Y'all didn't tell me what to do with it. You just gave me the bong and said, here." I didn't know what to do with it. I just knew it made bubbles. I saw the bubbles. You know, I go. I saw all that, but I was like, "Am I sucking or blowing?" I didn't know, so I blew.
Let's be honest here, because I have the Camino, the edibles. It's not the same. There's nothing beats a good Napo roll joint. Nothing beats a good joint, and that's my final statement on the subject. And if anybody wants to debate me, send me a certified check and a Apple MacBook Pro.
Just send cash in the mail. Do it the old school way.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, my lungs take a beating, but you know what? Nobody lives forever. I'm like Bill Barr. Everybody dies. I might as well die of like tar in my lungs, right?
Yeah.
No. All right. Yeah. So but that's all. That's the show for you, folks. Thanks for tuning in. There's nothing really here today. There's no guests. I have guests next week.
You don't feel comfortable that there's just going to be an even bigger media company now?
What do you mean? The Netflix thing? Or what are you talking?
They're going to be huge.
Yeah, but they're not. Netflix isn't evil, right? Netflix is.
Well, but less competition is always bad.
Yeah. Slaptail's there. Last night I taped a little. I think I taped. I don't know what I taped. A little Slaptail Nation podcast last night, but the porn star wasn't there. No porn star.
I'm sorry.
What are you tickling yourself over?
Tony Miller from Knock 'em Dead Comedy. Tony Miller of Knock 'em Dead Comedy said, in reference to you talking about the photos that he's going to have together.
Yeah.
He says, they're your photos. I can't help if your face is ridiculous.
That's true. No, he's absolutely right. I understand that, but maybe I should just take them all down. But that's what I just put that out there so he'd have something other than those ridiculous. I take full responsibility for being ugly. That's my, I didn't have a lot to work with. I wasn't born with a malleable face. So
how did your podcast thing go last night?
It's interesting to meet Swan and JD. They got a JD, not a GD, which explains. I think people have called you JD every once in a while.
Called me. I think maybe if there's two letters in the alphabet that sound similar, I've been called them.
Yeah. First of all, I'm surprised that Slaptail John Beamer. He managed to get himself a looker there. His young, beautiful wife, and she looks young compared to him. So good for him. I mean, kudos to the Beaver Man for playing his cards right or whatever he did. I mean, I guess I was in the army. I'm a nurse vaccine. I guess that works with the chicks. Whatever. It was an interesting segments. I have to say that I learned some things. I at one point I felt cured of my self-loathing, but it came back by the end of the show. And that's all I have to say about that.
Okay. Okay, Gump.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. You've done that show, right?
Yeah.
You've done the segments part. I didn't get a segment. Everybody got a segment. I didn't get a segment. Did you get a segment when you did that show? I didn't get a segment.
I don't think I did.
I don't remember.
Oh, Ron, you did that show as well?
Yeah, a while ago.
Why am I last?
You probably asked first and you held out. You probably were asked first and you just held out and procrastinated until
I held out for the big check. I told them, send me an Apple MacBook Pro and a laser printer, and then we'll talk.
I mean, we didn't really talk about anything though. That's my big complaint. Is like it just. I'm not even sure what the point of that podcast was.
It's about segments. I just said it's a segment. One of the segments was quite. All of them were quite interesting.
We didn't do segments when I was on there, so this
was in honor of me. Let's all do segments except for Matt. That's it. That makes sense. One of the segments, maybe I shouldn't blow because he's gonna premiere it on Sunday night.
Right. So you talk about it.
I'm not giving anything away by saying what some of the segments were. Right?
Well, I'm saying pump it up. Don't talk it down. Don't say it was awful. Just
no, it wasn't awful. It was I did learn some things. I learned things, and it was useful from my self-loathing issues up to a point. Now I know. See, we have different. John wants to perpetuate my self-loathing because he's of the same school of thought that I am. Is that self-loathing it helps you? It gives you a reason to live. It gives you goals. It gives you something to, if I love myself, why'd I even get out of bed? I should just stay in bed. All these people, self-love. Yeah, that's kumbaya shit. I just can't. But so my self-loathing was kind of pushed down a little bit, but I managed to bring it back by the end of the show. Slaptail saying he's changed format. I can't read because I'm stupid and I suck and my eyes are... see, that's the self-loathing coming through again. We changed the format. GD and Ron were on. We loosely had topics with improv. There's no point to the podcast, Ron. No point.
Well, yeah, I obviously knew that. It was no point.
Here's a point for you.
Now, to me, the point was just to have fun. And so I was just having fun. There
you go.
I did.
What's the point of this podcast? Is there a point here? No.
Sure. Yeah.
What?
I do it to have fun.
Oh, this one?
This one too. Yeah.
Wow.
Now,
I don't know.
Of course,
fun.
You don't know how I define fun, and that's different.
I think I do know how you define fun.
No, you know how I spell fun, but you know how I define.
No, you lay on your belly and we poke you.
I know I don't miss having my own podcast. It's actually been great since I haven't.
That's interesting. If you're miserable, maybe it's because you're doing a podcast. Give that shit up. That's my new self-help platform. Hey, I like it. There are too many.
Now, see, Slaptail says, and I think he's accomplished it, at least from this, what I've experienced with it, what I've listened to, and what I've been on. Our goal, according to Slaptail, I'm saying this for the people on the radio who cannot read what I put up there. Slaptail says, our goal was to have a podcast that resembles hanging out with your friends weekly. And I think he's accomplished that. I felt like, even though I did not know, a lot of the people there, any of them, I felt like a friend. I felt welcomed.
Well, there were only three of them. I knew John. I knew Swan as from I knew she was John's wife, and I know her from this chat room, and I've heard people mention her, but I didn't get to meet her and to see her
Did you
face.
see her heart-shaped ass?
No, I did hear about her heart-shaped ass, and I was
Okay.
wondering why my heart-shaped ass was not mentioned, and they said something about a big heart. I don't know.
Because your heart-shaped ass is full of plaque.
Isn't that a Nirvana song? Something about my heart-shaped ass or something. Anyway.
Heart-shaped box.
Yeah, same thing. Ass box.
Well, and we all know that if your box is heart-shaped, that's going to make coitus very difficult.
Why?
Well, because you had four ventricles, not four ventricles, two ventricles, two oracles.
Oh, you're talking about like a real heart, not like the Valentine's Day heart thing, because that wouldn't. It doesn't matter. Let's move on. But I was jealous of Swan because she said she drank a whole pot of coffee accidentally. I want to drink a whole pot of coffee accidentally. I want to drink a whole pot of coffee. I could say it's accidentally, and then that would be my justification, right?
We were out with a bunch of friends. This is years ago, and I actually had friends I used to hang out with, and there was a couple there. The guy really did not like it when his girlfriend drank too much. He said because when she drank too much, she got too horny, and he could not keep up with her. That's what he said. And so he whenever we went out, he only let her have one beer, and that's it. One beer. If she got two beers, he got upset again because she got too horny for him. Now she was sitting next to myself and another friend of ours, and actually it was her ex-boyfriend. She was sitting next to the two of us, and the guy, I'm gonna say his name, Jim, he was like next to her but wasn't paying attention to her. He was talking to the other people at the table. There's like maybe a dozen of us at the table. And so whenever Jim and Terry weren't looking, myself and the guy, I can't remember the other guy's name, we would just add a little bit of beer to her mug. Not much, just a little, like not even a sip, just a little bit. So if she took a sip, we'd add like a half a sip. And so by the time she drank her beer, she's had like 2 or 3 beers. And she was starting to get all handsy with him. And he was starting to complain that she was getting like too horny for him. And he's yelling at her. She's like, I swear to God, I only had one beer. I've only had one beer. She called the bartender, the waitress over. Tell him I only had one beer. She goes, no, she's only had this one beer. And it was still like only 1/3 full.
I think he's omitting the part of the story where they put something in her drink. I think that's what's happening.
No, just beer. It was just beer. No, and we just thought it was funny that he complained that she got too horny for him. So,
oh my God, I am just because what you was talking about, too horny. Have either of you guys ever been with like a legitimate nymphomaniac?
Yeah.
A legitimate nymphomaniac.
Yes, I was engaged to
They
one.
would cry the moment they weren't getting sex. Like, I mean, they needed it all day, every day.
Well, mine didn't cry. It just was. She didn't cry. It was just a thing we did like constantly. Yeah.
All day, every day. Like a junkie.
Available,
like they need it like a junkie.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
And when I wasn't available, that's when things got crazy.
Right, that's when she turned to the guy in the next dorm room. I am in college in my sophomore year. I had a girlfriend who was like insanely nymphomaniac. I mean, like if she would cry if I went down to the vending machines to get a Coke or something, come back and she'd be crying like, I need it again. I mean, wearing me out. And I just looked out. Where you were talking, I was looking her up. Just put her name in, and the town. Apparently, she's a Caldwell banker, real estate executive, and they got the
Caldwell banger. Did you say Caldwell banger?
It's definitely her. So she's a real estate executive, but also what comes up is crimes. She was arrested for burglary, robbery, forgery. all he's saying, but then right next to that is crimes nearby, and she's got her name and age listed, and I'm not going to say it. But
yeah, don't do that.
she was arrested for and charged with robbery, burglary, forgery, and what was the end? And then they have right next to her a picture with Caldwell Banker and welcome with a big old smile like this. Yeah, this is the person. Speaking
hey,
of
people
scam.
can change. People can change.
Yeah, but she got arrested was like, when was it? It was 2018. I mean, yeah.
And when was she working for Caldwell Banger?
Yeah. So yeah, so nymphomania, real thing, folks. It's not just a scam. So keep your Zoom open in case a nymphomaniac wants to get in touch with you and send you an Apple MacBook Pro.
I, for one hand, like women with high drives. So,
I don't know if there's like officially diagnosed nymphomaniac versus I just feel like I'm a nymphomaniac thing, like an official. You've been diagnosed. Is that a legit? And do insurance companies cover that?
they should.
What would be the treatment for that? Just constant fucking.
I guess they'd send you home with a pocket pussy. I guess.
It's surprising as much as that, because as much as she did fuck. Listen, I got tired of her, and then I went out to frat parties, and a guy at a frat party said, "Aren't you the guy that's with them?" And I was like, "Not really. I think she's in my dorm room." She said, "No, she's in the dorm room five rooms down now. She's with what's his name." I was like, "Oh, thank God."
I think for me, like if you're rubbing one out at work, then I think you definitely have a problem. Like if you can't, that's definitely.
That seems very odd. Yeah, if somebody. Oh wait. What are you good morning to me? I'll pay attention to that in a second. Okay.
Yeah, I can't make it through these 8 hours without getting a load or two out.
The only time I've ever encountered anything like that was a security guard who was watching the place on the weekends and didn't expect people to come in. I walked through the front door and I see him fucking beating off. Like, what the fuck?
Well, the company that I used to work for, at one of their plants, they had a guy who got caught jerking off in the third tier racks of the warehouse.
Yes, yeah. At Random House, the company that I used to work for, the one that runs the Penguin Random House, we had racks that went up to like 20, 30, 40 feet in the air. And we had we had these specialized forklifts that would lift us up so we could get to these books or these racks. And the second shift or the third shift, one of those two, there was somebody who was going up to one particular book section, one particular title with these pictures of sexual positions, and that he'd go to like there and would open one of the cartons, one of the books, and that's where he'd have his way with the bookshelf. It was awful. I tell you what, to me the worst thing was being the one to find it. Okay, because then I find it and I go, okay. All right.
I agree that's somewhat creepy, but I think the guy that got caught at the place I was working at that other plant, I think that's worse because at least there's no book. It's just bags of potato chips.
But she was a sexy potato chip.
I guess so. I mean,
it was called
Lays. Makes sense. You could almost.
It's called Lays for a reason. Okay,
or maybe, but also there's that. You know how some people could see Jesus in a piece of bread or something. Maybe they saw like. Maybe they saw like their favorite porn star in a potato chip or something.
And Margaret in a potato chip.
Yeah.
Our new logo design was inspired by a guy who got jerked off. He was jerking off in the racks.
Yeah. Speaking of creeps, there was
people thought that white splash. People thought that white splash on the bag was Cool Ranch.
Dip. It was dip. It's
ranch flavored.
It's Italian onion dip or something. Not whatever. Not French onion dip. Italian onion dip, because I'm not French. Yesterday, local news story, and this is disturbing. This kid, young man, adult, got arrested and tried for raping a 14-year-old girl. The girl went missing for 21 days after he raped her. The judge refused to. He only sentenced him to 2 weeks, and refused to label him as a level 2 sex offender because I'm not going to scar him for life for one bad decision. One bad decision. If that's what they call raping a 14-year-old girl now, is one bad decision. Now, the guy, I'm not going to say his name because I don't remember his name. If I remembered exactly, but it's something like Gerald McScott or something. Gerald whatever. It's Irish name. And I'm just thinking, if this guy was a minority, you wouldn't hesitate to fucking put him in jail for a long time and label him as a sex offender for life. But because this guy's a whitey Irish boy, we're not gonna scar him for life for one bad decision. I wonder how the girl's family feels about that. One day, my daughter went missing for 21 days after this dude raped her and fucked, and that he probably scarred for life. Although one bad decision that the guy made, it's just fucked up. This is the world we live in, and nobody's like going after the judge for this. And I don't feel like, it's up to me. I'm gonna call the judge out on my little dopey podcast. I am, but I don't know the judge's name either. Just a fucked up story, man. It totally is. It's just, if he was brown or black, he would have got 10 years. And definitely labeled a sex offender for life, and he should be, whatever color he is. But this guy is he's a white little Irish boy, so it's just one bad decision. I'm not going to scar him for life for one bad decision. Jesus.
Speaking of bad decisions, my wife was telling me about a paramedic in Baltimore County who was masturbating and ejaculating into the co-worker's food at a I guess a fire station because there's a paramedic. So,
co-workers, yeah.
Co-workers,
well,
yeah. So that's like I wonder if that was done for pleasure or just out of anger.
Well, it could be I hate to say this,
hazing ritual.
Yeah, hazing.
It could have been at a cafe because they paramedics spend a lot of time in hospitals, and so co-workers could have been right in like a hospital cafeteria or something.
Yeah, but firefighters share a kitchen. Hospitals, their kitchens are staffed by like real people.
Yeah, but coming in someone's food is next level. That's like anger or definitely a fetish.
Or just totally
now I can't get more details crazy. Because it's a Baltimore Sun article. I don't subscribe to the Baltimore Sun. As soon as you click on it, it says give us money.
Work? Does that work? These paper used to be newspapers. Now they have these online editions. I would never subscribe to the online edition. You're not going to, I don't care how cheap you make it. If I wanted it, I could go out and buy it, or I could get it delivered here. I mean, if you're going to read the paper, you want that kind of, I want that kind of, I don't want to.
Well, I know with growing up, I used to, actually back when I used to get a newspaper, I got the newspaper mainly for the coupons. The newspaper cost like coupon. The newspaper costs like $1.75, maybe $2, but I get like an $8, $9, $10 worth of coupons, so the newspaper paid for itself.
I remember.
You're too old. The paper were $1.75, $2.
Don't tell me what they were. I'm telling you how much I'm paying for.
35 cents.
Man, what is wrong with you? I tell you what I did. You tell me what I didn't do, and you weren't even part of my life.
I know how old you are. I know how old you are, and I know what papers cost in those days. And the papers didn't get up to $1.75 until recently.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm just saying what the price.
I'm talking about the Sunday paper. The Sunday paper.
The Sunday paper was
yeah. See, I'm saying you corrected me. I have no fucking idea. I'm talking about the Sunday paper.
The Sunday paper was 75 cents.
Welcome to Boomer Corner, where we discuss prices.
Well, he's forgetting he's a boomer. He's acting like I was a kid last week. Oh, when I was younger, which was last week or yesterday, I was younger. Actually,
if I said an hour ago, I was younger.
Right, that's true.
I actually had a job putting newspapers in the plastic bags because
Okay, yeah.
the two ladies at the top of the trailer park, that's what they did. They delivered newspapers. That was like their job. So they would get delivered to their house. So in their living room be all these fucking newspapers.
Right.
Then
Yeah.
you'd have to cut them and fold. It's just piles.
Yeah.
Then they would take all those newspapers and they had like a Dodge Colt, like little station wagon, like and they fucking filled that thing with papers, and it was just like dragging the ground with all this.
Dude, I knew when I was in my probably late teens, had a pickup truck, and his thing was just going around getting old newspapers from everybody and then bringing them to the recycling plant. He would fill up his pickup truck like overflowing with, and like they do it by weight. And I think a full truck, he'd probably walk away with like $30 tops. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money, and do that all day long. Just go driving around, getting people's old papers, stacking them together, and bringing them to the recycling plant. That was his, and that guy is pretty fucking rich right now. Somehow he parlayed that into investments or whatever. The guy's he's an idiot, but he's a smart idiot with figuring out how to get rich somehow.
Do you have the scrap guys that drive around your neighborhood on like the day before trash day?
Yeah.
Looking for gold? Yeah.
Yeah.
Occasionally we get that through the neighborhood. There's an older guy comes through with a pickup. He's got like the wooden gates on the side of this old pickup. And yeah, he'll pick up shit and throw it in the back and whatever he's doing with it.
You know, the big opportunity here is in trash. Because of all these luxury villages or whatever they're fucking real estate things that they're putting together, people don't want to take their own trash even out to their curb for the trash man and stuff. So there, and I've seen, my wife knows people who do this, and I've seen people looking for help for this. Is you go and $2 a house apartment thing, they put it just outside their door, you bring it to your pickup truck and then bring the trash out for them. It's and people are making money. I mean, if you got to figure, if you do 1,000 a day for $2 a shot, $2,000 a day for just picking up other people's trash because they're too lazy.
I'm curious if this service is still available, because this is one of the things that I grew up with, and I haven't seen it for a while. They used to have produce wagons. A guy would pull had a horse on a wagon, and he'd walk through the neighborhood with fresh melons, cherries, stuff like that. I see them on the side of the road now, you know, because I'm in rural Carroll County, and there's people with farms and all these little farm stands. But when I grew up in the city, the guy would just walk through the streets with his horse and wagon. He'd be yelling, "Strawberries, cherries," and he'd just be singing whatever he had on the truck. Watermelon, banana.
I know that guy.
Whatever he had, he'd be singing it.
I know that guy. He used to work at the fruit tree. He would sing that all day. Strawberry. I know that guy. That was a big hit back in the day.
Is that still a thing somewhere out there? I'm just curious.
I have no idea.
I mean, I liked it. That was just what I looked forward to when he came up the street with the horse and the wagon, and we'd go out. My mom would give us some change, and we'd go out and we got cherries and stuff like that.
We can buy the MP3 now, Strawberry.
Does the ice cream truck still come around your neighborhood today?
Yeah.
Still?
And they will start like in late February.
Yeah, like February, sometimes March, sometimes.
The minute you get a day over 40 degrees or something, they're gonna come back around. Yeah. I don't mind them, I mind them if if they're in a narrow street and they're like blocking the street and I gotta wait to get around them. But other than that, good for them.
Yeah,
I think one of the best thing that happened to them was neighborhoods with cul-de-sacs. So they could like park at the bottom of the cul-de-sac, and the kids would just run to the bottom of the cul-de-sac instead of them having to drive and stop. Because when we grew up in Baltimore, he had to drive and like stop whenever the kids would just like run out to the street. And with cul-de-sacs, when I moved out to the county, he just park at the cul-de-sac, and then all the kids would just run to the bottom of the cul-de-sac to get the ice cream.
What the hell is going on with the radio here? The numbers are going like really fast up and down. Like it'll go up to like 300 down to 5, 300, 5, 300, up and down like within like a second. Woo, woo, woo. What? I don't know what the hell's going on. Are we saying things that? Oh, let's get back on it. Oh no, they're still talking. No, let's listen. Oh no, I don't know. Maybe it's something going on with the technology that's just like doing something with the counter
Now,
there.
Mr. Kev mentioned something in the chat room that was not a thing when I was growing up. I don't know about you guys. This is the turret in the newspaper trick brings back good memories.
Shit in a newspaper? No, I can't. I have no idea what he's talking about. I know the shit on the doorstep in the brown paper bag thing.
Yeah, we didn't do that in my neighborhood. In the
I
black
never did it
neighborhood, that
either.
was
I
not
think
a
it's
thing.
an urban legend. I don't know anybody who really did that, or anybody who ever fell for that. But that story has been around my entire life, right? Do you know anybody who ever actually did that or had an experience with it? Chat room? No, you don't, do you?
I'd probably imagine it happened once somewhere, and I'm gonna guess in the Midwest somewhere.
Well, I'm thinking because there was I'm trying to think. There was a series of shows around the time like Porkers and stuff like that, where it's always teenage angst and high school pranks, and they were, pooping in bags and setting them on fire, and that was something that they were doing on television. And I don't know if it was a myth, if it was a thing before they put it in the movies, or people saw it in the movies and said that looks like a fun thing, and then they started doing it. Or if it was just one prank that one person pulled and he got a job in the writer's room and decided to include it.
Huh.
But I didn't encounter it until I encountered white people. I mean, when I was safe with my little black friends, we didn't do stuff like that.
Did you know anyone that did cow tipping?
Not in the city. We didn't.
Not until
I moved to the county. Not until I moved to the county and around these white teenagers that I learned things like cow tipping and smear the queer and stuff like that. Stealing, hijacking construction equipment. That was not something we did in the city. And we had construction equipment in the city.
Obviously, you're not going to tip a cow in the city. I mean, but cow tipping is not an easy thing to do. I went on one once in Lakeland, Florida. But it's not. It sounds easy enough, right? You just grab them by the one side of the legs, and somebody kind of gives them a full-on block or something. They don't tip over that easy. They resist, and then they get angry.
You guys are like, yeah.
I remember where I lived, there was a farm right next to the property, and they had they had an electric fence around their cow pasture, but it was the old electric fence where the wood is barely holding shit together and the fucking wires are there. And there was a story that someone tried to fuck with their cows and that farmer fucked them up.
Oh, last night, again, I hate to kind of ruin or spill the beans on the slaptail thing. There was a segment, not a segment, but a part of a segment where the conversation went into sheep fucking. And I just came back with how the fuck, I mean, of all the animals that got picked for the bestiality people, sheep were, I guess, because they don't fight back. Why was sheep the chosen one of?
This is what some white guys told me.
I think it started in the Middle East, but come on, all right.
No, but I'm saying what they told me. I'm not saying where it started. Where it's what I heard about it was that anatomically it feels similar to a real woman. That's what
I don't think. I'm thinking that guys who fuck sheep wouldn't know what a real woman feels like. I mean, that's the reason they went to the sheep. So I don't know, but maybe I guess.
Again, I see. There's that's the one thing I do like about growing up a black child in the city. The crazy shit that the white people did, I was not subjected to until I was old enough to say no. Okay, I was a teenager. I was 13 by the time I, had like majority white friends, and they would say, "Let's go do this." I'm like, no.
I don't think there were any. In no place I've ever lived has had like sheep farmers near it, so I wouldn't even know. Uh, I'm not sure that there's a whole lot of sheep farming going on in America. Maybe there is, and I'm just not aware of it.
When I was a teenager, and just for your reference, Matt, I was a teenager once. You don't have to tell me I was never a teenager. When I was a teenager once, when I moved to the county,
You mean when papers were 35 cents?
it may have between 35 and 50. But when I was a teenager, when I moved to Howard County, there was still a lot of farmland. Howard County and Columbia area had not become like the small city that it is now. And so we lived like right next door to all kinds of farm animals. And like I said, those little how the song goes, little white friends of mine.
Did you see this comment from Kev Heavy Kev 42?
I'm
New Zealand,
okay.
Yeah. New Zealand is known as sheep shaggers, but only because there's 50 times more sheep than women down here. Now, how does that happen? If there are men, there have to be women to give birth to them, right? Well,
okay. So if let's pretend you have a man. Let's say the ratio to men to women, because he said there's more sheep than women. Okay,
50 times.
Okay, that makes sense. Because you're not going to have, most people who have a farm with sheep on it aren't going to have like one or two sheep. They're going to have like a lot of sheep. And if it's an industry, it could very well be 50 to 1. Now, I'm not down there. It could be 49 to 1. It could be 52 to 1. Right. But I think what he's saying is there's many more women than sheep.
But
what do they do in Alaska then? What do they do in Alaska?
Polar bears, and that's why there are so few people who survive sex there, because polar bears don't like to get fucked in the ass. I know this from experience.
Well, I'm thinking that most of the animals that they farm up like in Alaska would be closer to like elk and stuff like that.
First of all, in Alaska, I don't think you'd ever strip down. You'd never let your dick out of your pants because it's too fucking cold.
Alaska has very warm summers like us. It's not as long a period, but yeah, they get to 70s. They have they get to the mid 70s, and that was before global warming or climate change, global climate change.
It's one place I don't have any interest in going is Alaska.
It's beautiful. It really is beautiful.
I believe you, but even 70.
Yeah.
And they don't have night, right? So if it's 70
no, they have night. It depends on the time of year. And where you are in Alaska is a huge state.
I know, but when it's 70, they're not having night. When it's 70, it's 6 months of daylight or whatever, or 3-4 months of daylight.
Well, I was in the southern part of Alaska, like Juneau in that area, and they had nighttime.
Short nights, though, really, right? Because I know, like, even in like the Pacific Northwest, sometimes when I was out there in like the summer solstice, the sun would set like almost 11 o'clock after 10 o'clock at night. It was like, what the fuck is this all about?
Now I'm not sure. I think maybe Fairbanks is part of Alaska where they have like the really, really, really long days and really, really, really long nights. A friend of mine was living in Alaska for about 2 or 3 years, and that was what drove him crazy. He was, grew up in Maryland like I did, and got used to normal sunsets and sunrises, and it'd be like 10 o'clock at night, the lights are still bright out, and birds don't know they should be asleep, so they're still singing, but he's tired and wants to go to sleep. It's a different animal,
I had some fun with a woman once on like the summer solstice.
I don't believe that. Fun with a woman? No.
I don't believe it's just once.
In this case, it was a one-on-one adventure this time, but it was on the solstice, and I don't know. She was like, "Oh my god, it's so intense," and it was a good session.
Was she a Wiccan?
Not fully, but I think she had belief in that stuff.
Not
So,
fully.
That's why
Wow.
the reason why I asked that because
Yeah,
the
that's a
attitude
good point.
toward the solstice and stuff is like it's magical. It's yes.
Oh yeah, the cult was all about the solstice and the equinox, and I mean, every fucking one of those, they had to have some kind of ceremony.
Yeah, well, and I think too is because we were having sex outside, so that helps too.
I'm not a big fan of sex outside. I think
that sometimes you just can't wait, Matt. Sometimes you can't find your keys. You're ready to go. You're like, I can't find my keys.
Oh my God!
I got a spot.
See, where the fuck? Oh, I had a VA gig, and I came home, and it was dark by the time I got home, and I was out there unloading my equipment, bringing it into the house. I knew that my wife wasn't home, so the door was locked, and I got my key out, and then I went to put it in, and she forgot to lock the door. And I know I had the key in my hand. I'm bringing equipment in, and then go out to get more equipment, and I'm going to lock the car. Like, where's my key? I know I had my key in my hand when the door was already open because I was going to use the key on the door, and now it's missing. And now I'm out there in the driveway. It's dark out, and I got my phone for a flashlight, and I'm going up, and now I can't find my key anywhere. It's taking hours. I'm like losing my mind. It's cold out, and I'm like, I can't lock my car. I can. It's the only. I don't have a duplicate key, so now I can never use my car again because I lost my fucking keys. Fell off the holder. Just like losing my mind, going back and forth. And finally, I just said, "Fuck it." I'm gonna wait until the sunlight comes out tomorrow and hopefully find the key. And then I found it in the house. When you give up looking, that's when you find it. That's the point of my story. So give up looking for anything. 70 million sheep. What? Can you read that? I can't read that.
This is from Heavy Cab 42. In New Zealand, 70 million sheep in the early 1980s and only 1.5 million women here. Then, sheep shearing work away from home most of the year. Say no more. Wink, wink,
how many
nudge,
men
nudge,
though?
no
So
more.
if you have 1.5 million men, women, did you have 1.5 million men? I mean, it's still. That's the ratio that counts. Let's just even say there were 3 million men to 1.5. That means half the guys will maybe desperate enough to fuck sheep, but the number of sheep is not the determining factor there. It's how many more men than women, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
Well, it's how many? No, it's how many.
How many of those women were lesbians too?
No, it's also how many of those men are fuckable. How many more fuckable men?
So zero. Then. Zero.
So,
well, the sheep never complain. The sheep never complain. So. Man, this is a sick conversation, though. But again, it just comes down. I guess it's sheep are because they don't complain like a cow would come. I mean, it's probably hard to fuck a cow. You'd have to bring a step stool with you or something. But how did sheep get to be the one? You put a lot of
thought to this.
No, I'm just thinking about it now. I'm freelancing here. I'm improv. But how did sheep get to be the animal of choice for bestiality bastards?
Calmer, I guess, more docile.
Well, this is what pigs, but because they say pigs are close to humans, but
with pigs, first of all, pigs are ornery and they're very, very smart. A pig will catch on real quick to what you're doing. The sheep they're not very bright.
Yeah, but the pig can't look behind you.
No, but they're smart enough. They'll figure it out. They are very smart animals.
No,
they'll see you coming a mile away.
My pig learned. I'm not kidding about this. My pig learned to use a screwdriver to undo the hinges. When we put locks on the hinges because he was eating fucking cereal and shit, they jimmied off the hinges of the door instead of opening it from the front. And I'm thinking they did it with a screwdriver. I mean, not like they didn't undo the screws, but they grabbed something to kind of jimmy that little hinge off and get the door open that way. I came home and the door was still padlocked, but the hinges were off and the thing was eating all the cereal again. So they're very smart animals. What is he saying here? I see it's too small a font. When did they make that font so small, or is it just
It's
my
the
eyes?
same size font they've always had, and this is one of the suggestions I had for them is there should be an option that you can make the font bigger.
Yeah.
Or smaller.
The worst part of fucking a farm animal, and listen, that's a terrible way to start a conversation. The worst part of fucking a farm animal. Well, the next time.
Is it though?
Well, the next time you see them, they act like they don't even know you.
I mean, context is everything, guys.
That's a Jackie joke. Oh, listen, I thought I heard all the Jackie jokes they were, but apparently not. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to start. That's a terrible way to start a conversation. Hey, by the way, the worst part of fucking a farm animal.
No, you don't start a conversation like that, but it's a good way to end one.
Yeah. All right, so I hope I didn't really just ruin all the conversation for the Slaptail podcast that is coming up. This guy who scamming me, if he's listening to this conversation, just said, you know what, fuck that. You think you're not getting a laptop from us?
We're sending you a sheep.
Yeah. Yeah. All right then. What else you guys got here? I'm at it. Nothing is important to me anymore. That life has lost its meaning. You too. Yes. Dead air. You're allowing dead air.
I'm allowing dead air. Okay.
Ron is not his usual talkative self. You know how Ron usually just loves to dominate the conversation.
Our Kiwi says the worst thing is we export all of our lamb to the USA. Why is that the worst thing? Is it maybe worse for us? It's good for you guys.
See, this is what I don't understand. The difference between sheep and lamb, are they the same thing?
Well, they're different stages of development. And also, I guess, or lamb now, because a lamb is a baby sheep, but also a lamb is what you call the sheep once you started cutting it up and serving it. You know, it's like cow and beef.
Oh, you mean cow and veal? Yeah, veal, right? The veal is a baby cow or something.
Yeah,
it's a baby cow.
I guess I'm not a lambologist. I'm not a lambologist or anything.
You know, so it could be that
sheep.
as well.
Lamb is a young sheep under 1 year old, while a sheep is general term for.
I'm not sure if a lot of restaurants still even serve veal anymore.
I don't think I've ever had lamb, like lamb chops or anything. I don't think I've ever had.
You've ever had like a gyro?
I don't think I have.
No, the gyros.
I don't go to Greek restaurants ever, really.
You got to find a good Greek restaurant, and we have one that's like 15 miles from our house, and the food is fantastic.
It's starting to make sense now, because when I said Greek, the kind of light bulb went off there. Because Greek is Greek. The Greeks are the ones who invented fucking in the ass, and probably said, you know what, ass is ass, sheep ass, man ass. They don't.
I don't think the Greeks invented it.
They recorded it. They recorded it.
They're probably the first to record it. Yeah.
So who do you think invented
they commercialized it?
Who do you think invented it? You know what? I'm going to take a guess here, and then you'll tell me if I'm wrong. Either Cain and Abel, or Abel invented it, and that's why Cain killed him. No.
Let me see. Which one was the hunter and which one was the gatherer? Let's see. Cain and Abel.
Oh, one was a hunter and one was a gatherer. This is news to me. This is biblical news here. Breaking biblical news. Did not know. But yeah, so one of them probably invented it, though, right? You would think. I don't know. Go ahead. If you
Ron, Cain in the Bible.
Ron, your browser history is already fucking a mess. Just Google who invented ass fucking.
So it says Cain was a farmer, so I guess Abel was a hunter.
But he was a farmer. Was he a sheep farmer?
Let's see.
You can see that this is going nowhere fast, but that's fine. That's fine. It's Friday.
Okay, it says Abel is traditionally described as a shepherd. I said
Ah,
hunter.
there you go. There you go, shepherd.
So Abel was the shepherd. Cain.
This is good forensic, detective work you're doing here.
Cain was a farmer, so to speak.
One suspect.
But it's also possible that since Cain was not around the sheep very often, that he wanted to know what was going on with them, and Cain dabbled in sheepology.
Dabbled?
Yeah,
Here we
he dabbled.
Here we go. Anal sex originally showed up in 100 AD, between 100 AD and 800 AD in northern Peru. In the Mocha culture production, yeah.
They're the first to talk about it, maybe, but it's just
here's the explanations for showing as a form of birth control, and making sense of power structures.
All right, here's the thing. Now, you just brought up something that is very relevant, because in America today, they're talking about this birth, lack of babies being born, and I think it's up to you to go to Congress and testify that the real cause of this is really too much ass fucking. And I want you to say that, like, in congressional testimony. I think the problem is too many people fucking asses and staying away from the vaginas, and that's the problem with our low birth rate. Yes, we'll sign you up for Congress. So I'll get you in there tomorrow, Saturday. It's open Saturday. All right. Okay.
Yeah, and on like some of these pots they have found with paintings that illustrate things. There's a pot depicting a couple engaged in anal sex while the mother breastfeeds her child, points in another direction.
Wow. That's so weird. I thought we were weird. Peru. What the fuck, man?
Well, here, listen to this, though. Semen was viewed as an important life force, and this pot might suggest that they believe that receiving spunk via the mother's rectum produced milk. The sperm would be channeled through the mother's seemingly magical body to the breast.
Okay, so they had a reasoning. It just was faulty reasoning.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't really fault them for it. I mean, it's
where
there were people who swear they don't drink anymore. That's because they put the alcohol in their ass to get drunk.
We got to get a new product in the merch store. Mind Dog Coffee with the Dog Barf Bucket.
And I think you could actually make a case that the reason so many families are fucked up in this country, because way back in the day when people started coming to this country and moving west, there were families all sleeping in one-room houses, some all in the same bed, and the parents would fuck. And yeah, that's not going to fuck any kids up.
Yeah, that house that I rented when I was separated from my wife for like a day. It was a 1-bedroom house, and the guy had the family had 5 kids. 1-bedroom house. They have 5 kids, and it was just living room, kitchen, bedroom. That was so. Those kids had to see mom and dad fucking all the time, right? I mean, not
necessarily. They could. What the parents could say: look, the kids are at church. We'll send the kids to church, with Aunt so and so, and Sunday morning is when we can do our thing. Or we'll send the kids to Bible study Wednesday night. And so Wednesday night we'll do our thing.
Bible study.
Well, I'm just saying, I just said that because in the black neighborhoods, Wednesday night was Bible study night. For some strange reason. I don't know why that became.
Yeah. I thought it was trivia night Wednesday night.
It is out here in Carroll County, but Carroll County is like 80% white, I think, or 70% white.
No wonder white people in their dopey trivia.
I'm one of if there's a second black person there on that at trivia night, I haven't seen them. Not in the wait staff, not in the bar, not I don't think. And usually when I see another black person in Howard County, we nod. We give each other the nod when we walk by each other. And my wife has noticed it. My wife goes, "Y'all don't know each other, but y'all nodded." I said, "Yeah, we're just saying we're here.
Yeah.
If you turn up missing, I'll call. And if I turn up missing, you call. All right."
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know about this. So
Yeah, that's how few black people there are where I am. I mean,
this is something I'll have to keep an eye out for, like the nodding.
well, if you're black, there's not a lot of black people. If you're white, there's too many fucking black people. Well, if you're a conservative white, there's too many fucking black people.
There's no black people in this neighborhood. None. I mean, it's just it's not like they're doing the whatever you called it there, where they put the black ink or red ink, redlining. That's what you call it. Yeah. It's not like there's that. I think it's just black people don't want to live here. Like, oh, they don't want to live around those sheep fuckers, because they're all sheep fuckers up here. No
and
sheep.
Chicken coddlers.
And what?
Chicken coddlers. Coddlers.
See, I was thinking about
y'all coddle your chickens. We just choke them.
Well, I think we talked about this the other day. Long Island is known for its duck, and I was thinking, how small is it? Because we have the chickens now, and the chickens are like 4 times the size of like a duck. And I'm thinking, after you kill a duck, you cut its head off, you cut the wings off, whatever. There's nothing there. It's like
that's why it's called a turducken. You stuff the duck in the chicken. You stuff the chicken in the turkey. A turducken. If the ducks are bigger, it'd be like a duck can turk. You put the chicken in the turkey and the turkey in the duck.
Wow, I'm being educated on duck
turducken
lore. Yeah.
Well, now I don't know. Now, actually, the first time I ever heard of a turducken was with John Madden. John Madden doing the football.
I thought you were just making that shit up. This is a real thing.
Yeah, it was like that. I think John Madden. That was the first time I heard of a turducken. Was from John Madden talking about on Thanksgiving football. And they used to have the drums.
Did he say boom? Other thing he did he say boom when he was describing it? Boom.
No.
He liked to say boom.
And the other thing that they did for Thanksgiving was they used to give the drumstick of the turkey to like the player MVP or something. And then they didn't have at one point they just added like 6 drumsticks to the turkey so that they could have like more players, get that honor of having the drumstick.
John Madden's dead, right?
As far as I know.
Probably. Yeah. I think he had a heart attack while he was still coaching. So, but the question I have is John Madden football still a thing? And the kids who were playing video games, do they even know who the fuck John Madden was?
Madden 26 is out there.
Yeah. Most of the kids know John Madden through the game.
Yeah. Because what did he ever really do except say boom? I mean... I know he was the Oakland Raiders head coach, and they won a Super Bowl under him. But then he became an announcer, and all he ever boom. I mean, boom. Okay, I could say boom. Give me the paycheck. What made him worthy of doing a video game after, or just he?
It just worked out for him, and the way that the game was developed, and the way that they used him in the game. Really made it great because it was like the first time where you really had like commentary in a football game instead of just the sound effects and things like that. And like in the early versions of Madden, they were kind of more arcadey. So
the Giants used to have Ali Sherman long before Madden did color for them. Giant games had Ali Sherman, who was a former coach, but he never said boom. I'm just wondering if Madden had an estate, and if they're still they got to be still collecting royalties from this fucking game, right? Man.
Oh yeah, it's got his name on it and everything.
Madden, NFL 26 is that the latest edition? 26. Yeah. I guess so. That's the one that's out now. Madden 26 came out November 19th, 2025. Wow. Is John Madden still alive? I think he's got to be dead, right? John Madden. You guys don't care. You don't care if he's dead or alive. Well, you heartless bastards. Died December 28th, 2021. Probably died of COVID, right? Oh, man, he looked like old. Anyway, all right. So John Madden's dead. Good for him. I'm jealous of him now. The worst thing. Oh no, that's the same comment. Oh, I looked. The chat room all died. They're not interested in Madden football. It's all your fault, Ron. Where did GD go? Did he mention where he was leaving, or he just went to go get his Madden football?
I guess he just went to get his Madden football on the phone. Talk. He's probably figuring out where to get his roofies at.
I was thinking yesterday about the Super Bowl. Now, we're getting close to the playoffs, right? Or no? Like next this month. Do we know who the teams are gonna be yet? Oh, you don't follow. You don't know.
What for the Super Bowl?
Well, for football playoffs, like who's in?
There's some teams that are like the Eagles are going to be there again. The Chiefs may sneak in there.
The Patriots, right? No,
Patriots, the Lions.
So is this because I have not followed since the last time the Giants played the Patriots. Giants played the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl. And I think it was 2012 the last time, 2011, something like that. And the Patriots had that run where they were just dominating, and they won like 4 in like 5 years or something, right? Is this their first time back since that dominating run they had? You don't know. All right, then. Thank you for tuning in. That's the show.
I'm thinking the Giants may have beat the Patriots. I think the Giants may have beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl like 2015, 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. Because really? I think so. The reason why I'm saying is because I was already doing comedy, and I had a really good Eli Manning joke that I was milking while it was hot. So.
I know it was 2008, the first one, and then the second one, he was still my grandson was still a baby, which would have been 15 years ago. Let me see, Giants versus Super Bowls, Super Bowl 2008, and then and 2012. Those are the two times they played. Yeah. Now, Eli Manning. Yeah, you had a good joke about him. Are there any other than Eli Manning? And I don't know that he's not, but I'm just thinking guys who have won 2 Super Bowls, quarterbacks who've won 2 Super Bowls, who are not in the Hall of Fame, Football Hall of Fame. Just Eli Manning, right?
Well, he may not have been. Don't you have to be retired like so many years
5
before
years?
it happens?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just seeing is he in the Super Bowl. In the Hall of Fame. Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame. Eli Manning is not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame yet. He was not selected for the class of 2025, while he's considered a semifinalist for the class of 2026. His case is still being debated. I mean, how many possible quarterbacks who have won 2 Super Bowls? Namath won, and he was in there. And I mean, it's kind of a rare thing for. I mean, there are obviously Brady, Joe Montana, Terry Bradshaw, but there are not a lot who've won more than 1 Super Bowl, right? I think it's pretty rare for a quarterback to win more than 1 Super Bowl. So I would think just on that, that's all you need to know. Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame, even though both of the Giants' victories over the Patriots were kind of thought like flukes or just weird anomalies, because the Giants were in 2008, they were off to a terrible start and they weren't even going to make the playoffs. And I remember in the car listening to WFAN, Mike Francesa saying the Giants had to win their last 3 games in a row, the last one of the season being against New England, who was going for an undefeated season at that point. And he said, I don't think the Giants could tie their shoelaces 3 days in a row. much less win 3 important games in a row to get into the playoffs. They won, and then they ruined the New England Patriots' perfect season, and then had to play them again in the Super Bowl. Beat them twice in like 5 weeks or something, 4 weeks.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's really difficult to beat the same team twice in the same season.
So
because usually the other team is good, they make adjustments.
Right. So he should be in the Hall of Fame just based on that. Just on that 1 year, I think he probably should have been in the Hall of Fame. To end the New England Patriots' perfect season and then beat them again in the Super Bowl. Now I know it was, and he beat.
I'm really. I'm kind of glad that you told me that it was 20. You said 2012.
Yeah.
The second 2012, and I didn't start doing comedy till 2014. Wow. And I was still doing the Eli Manning joke in 2015.
Well, that's fodder for Blind Mike to jump on.
Yeah, but I tied it into something else as well. I had like an entire football thing, a football thing, but I mean when I did that, but Blind Mike wouldn't have known about it because I didn't do that on the special, on the worst comedy special of all time. Thank you very much. I didn't do Eli Manning joke there because it was definitely too old at that point.
There's a whole thing on why Eli Manning didn't make the cut for the Hall of Fame class of 2025. Lots of discussion about that online. Again, two Super Bowls against a team that was like they had I hate to say it, but they had they were dominant, the Patriots, and he beat the same team twice in the Super Bowl. That to me is a no-brainer. He belongs in even in the fluke. Maybe they should have a fluke wing of the Hall of Fame. He had flukes, and Eli Manning would be the only guy in there.
I don't know if he'd be the only one in there because of flukes. I mean, because you look at I think when the Ravens won their first Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer as a quarterback. Okay. Back then, their defense was like, was outscoring the offense. Okay. Right. That's almost as fluky as it gets. As a matter of fact, the way Trent Dilfer had mentioned it, and maybe it was Ray Lewis as well, they'd say, like, before the game, Ray Lewis would say to Trent Dilfer, get us 7 points and we'll do the rest. Or we only need you to give us 3 points and we can get the rest.
Heavy Kev there with the Iron Maiden and Motorhead not in the Hall of Fame. In the Football Hall of Fame,
I don't think they're in the NFL, right?
They're never going to get into the NFL Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I love Crack the Sky. They're not making it to the NFL Hall of Fame. I would vote for them, but they're not making it.
Who's that? You say
Crack the Sky.
Crack the Sky.
Yeah.
What do they do?
Well, aside from being probably the best rock and roll band to ever take the stage.
You mean Led Zeppelin?
I said Crack the Sky.
But you meant Led Zeppelin.
You're right. I meant Crack the Sky. I said Crack the Sky.
No. Just no. All right.
I did hear another Led Zeppelin song that I actually like. I forgot that I liked it because I hadn't heard it in so long. 4 Sticks.
I don't remember it. I don't want to play it now.
Yeah, see, I was like, oh, I like this song because there was I liked Kashmir. I liked the one where it goes da 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 ice and snow with a blah 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 cold winds blah 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 blah. I like that one, and I like 4 Sticks. I think those are the three Led Zeppelin songs that I like.
Honestly, Zeppelin is an anomaly in the fact that there are songs I like of theirs that I have no idea what the title is. That hey mama, what is the matter?
Was that Black Dog?
No.
Was that Black Dog?
No, you know what? In Black Dog that started hey mama, but no, it's a melody. It's like an acoustic thing. Hey mama, what's the matter here? I don't know what that song is. That's the way, maybe. That's the way.
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. That's
Yeah.
Casey and
I remember when they did that one. That was a
let me
huge
see.
disco hit.
What was the one you just mentioned?
Four Sticks.
Four Sticks.
FOUR Sticks.
Yeah.
In case you're thinking FOR like for sticks or FORE, four sticks.
Yeah. Led Zeppelin. Look at me with the one fingers. I can't play it here, but I want to hear.
Is that the one? I think it's the one that down 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 down.
Oh, nice.
Down 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 down.
Yeah, I like. Again, that's no the title. Led Zeppelin has a lot of songs that, the riff. You know, maybe a line here. Yeah,
right.
That's exactly how that goes. You were humming it exactly. Yeah, I didn't know that was named Four Sticks. I never knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, the drums are fucking awesome in that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I look. I appreciate some of the things they've done. They're just not the greatest band ever. So
keep that attitude. Just keep that attitude.
I have that
Tuesday
attitude.
morning.
I appreciate some of the things they've done. They're just not the greatest band ever.
No, you don't appreciate. No, get rid of that. I appreciate it. Things they've done. Keep the they're not the best. And for Tuesday morning, when Danny So Much is here, because he hates me, I would like him to hate you.
So I won't lose that opinion. My opinions are based on my facts.
But if you could just lose that, I appreciate some of those things.
I can't do that. That's part of my. That's part
just
of
leave that out of the conversation.
That's not the way I was raised. The way I was raised is if you have something bad to say about something, you find something good to say about it as well.
But don't. But I'm saying just forget about the bad thing to say.
I have to say
it's a good thing.
That's not the way I was raised. I was raised by a decent drunk in Baltimore. I had a decent I had two good moms in Baltimore. A sober mom and a drunk mom, and they both taught me that one thing.
But your purpose here is to get Danny So Much to hate you as much.
No,
as he hates me.
My purpose here is to make money and to.
How's that working out?
My purpose is to revive my comedy career.
How's that working out? How's that working out? Is it working out?
It's great. It's great.
I'm telling you this: if Danny So Much starts to hate you like he hates me, your career will take off. You'll become instantly wealthy.
I can't be hated more. I mean, I doubt that he has more fans hating me than any other, and then another group of people that hate me.
No, just Denny. You just want him.
What I'm saying is, I don't think him hating me is going to do anything for my career. I don't care if he hates me or not. Let's get this straight. I don't care if
before he hated me, I was nobody. Now look at me.
You're nobody with somebody who hates you.
You're nobody till Danny So Much hates you. Find somebody there. I don't know how that song goes.
Look, nobody on Queen song says, "Find me somebody who hates me. Find me somebody who hates me."
Instagram, it's so weird. Someday we'll get like a lot of people there. Today we got zero.
We had zero yesterday.
What the hell?
Did you forget to log in, or did you forget to?
No, I'm on there.
I maybe we're not talking about the right subjects on Instagram.
Immigrant song, yeah, that's everybody. That's the one. Stairway to Heaven, Kashmir, Immigrant Song, Rock and Roll, Black Dog. Those are like the 5 titles of songs that stick out in my head with Led Zeppelin. But I like all their.
Sticks. And now Four Sticks.
Four Sticks is gonna. I probably won't remember that come.
You'll go like Drumsticks. You know that Led Zeppelin song, Drumsticks?
Yeah.
Because you like the drum part and the sticks. You're like, yeah, drumsticks.
What's that one? What's that? Or Barnyard Stomp or whatever. But what's that one? I was the one where it's just like plant going, "Hey, hey, mama."
I don't even know if I've ever heard that song. So
yeah.
I thought it was
I'm gonna play and get a copyright strike. How about that?
Great. Yeah. Now that'll come out of my pay. Watch.
Yeah, well, I think that's the way, right? Is that yeah? Is it? That's the way, Mom. Oh, look, I'm getting a Black Friday promo. Black Friday was a week ago. This is White Friday.
Mm.
Yeah, this is it. You like it so far?
Oh, I love it. It sounds like clickety click, clickety click, clickety click.
All right, let's get a copyright strike. Ready?
Yeah.
No, I got the wrong song. This ain't that. Never mind. This is That's the Way, but it's similar to that other one.
Similar is not the same. So you're going to find the right
You
song
can't
and
hear
get
it
two
anyway. It's
copyright
not added,
strikes?
but yeah,
You're going
let's
to
get
get two
like
copyright strikes now when you find. Oh, that's Ron.
Oh,
Can't believe what people.
no, that ain't it. That's not the song.
Well, I was trying to help you so you wouldn't get that copyright strike.
No, now you just get us arrested for cruelty to animals.
What the hell was that? Well, it sounded like he was drunk.
My dog ran out in the traffic and killed himself.
And watch out, Robert Plant.
my cat stuffed his
Black
own...
Country Woman is the one I'm thinking of. Hey, mama, what's the matter here? Hey, mama, what's the matter here? You didn't have to tell me that you love me, so you didn't have to tell me, mama, let me go. You know that one? You don't know that one?
No.
Let's get a copyright strike here. Hold on, wait. I'll wait till this ad is over. I hate these ads. It's Black Friday again.
Yeah, I don't like it. When I go to watch a back episode of Coffee with the Dog or something, I'll see the commercials. Like, wait a second, it's a pain in the dookie.
I was a boy.
Is that a mandolin playing that?
Hey, mama,
when I'm a woman,
here.
put on your dress.
Hey, mama,
Get my face
matter
messy with your pussy.
You have to tell me
Wait
that
till the
you
drums kick
love me
in.
so.
The drums
You
are.
can have to love me,
All I
mama.
remember
Let me go.
in high school,
mama,
cars with
what's the
and they were like
matter
bouncing
here?
to the drum beat, like almost like the lowrider thing.
You can have to make me a total
All right,
disgrace.
I'm getting
You
the
have
copyright
to
strike
leave.
here.
We passed the same fire hydrant 6 times already.
I gotta let it go.
Yeah.
That's a shame. I mean, probably
Not
already
really.
passed it. We're gonna get a couple of
You
copyright
just
strikes.
demonstrated me why Led
How can
Zeppelin
they
is
be
definitely...
copyright strikes when they're just old blues songs that they ripped off?
Yeah, that go figure. Now, if I get a copyright strike, it should be from the original artist, not from Jimmy Page or whoever.
You mean from some old black guy who doesn't even know that he has a copyright?
Long dead, yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe it's a state. But Led Zeppelin
Well, that's what
pretty
Ed
much.
Sheeran. That's how Ed Sheeran won his case. He goes, "You can't copyright a chord progression."
Yeah, but they did more than chord progressions, like "Whole Lot of Love."
Well, I'm just saying.
That was pretty much exact. I mean, lyrics and everything.
Actually, a lot of music just from say 1950 to 1980 was ripped off.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin was on the forefront of sampling. They sampled the entire fucking song, not just like little bits of it. You know, where do you get the balls to do that? Just to take somebody else's work and put your name on it and
the
put
internet.
That was long before the internet.
Yes, it was. Yes, fair.
Yeah.
So I guess you get the. I guess it's white privilege, because I don't think black people were doing that though. Well, I don't know the answer to that, because I know like tap dance was black people making fun of Irish jigs. At least that's the way it's told. That's the way it's told to us in the black community, that our tap dancing was just us making fun of river dancing and stuff like that.
See, that's not what, and I'm not disputing that, but that's not what the way Sammy Davis Jr. He was basically talking about. It was mimicking the drummer. It was like kind of when drum kits first came into the jazz world, the tap dancing was kind of doing. He said it was invented to show the drummer what to play, but you know,
I don't know. I guess there's some truth in that, but considering that black people, of all the instruments that, black people encountered, I think drums is the one thing that every black child could play, because that was how we communicated, back in the day. We did the drums, man. We all did drums.
Wow, Instagram is limiting streams to only 1 hour now and automatically disconnecting you. This is something new. Just today, I just got that notice.
Who did that now?
Instagram. But you know what? We lost our 0 viewers over there. That's terrible. How are we going to replace them? It worked. I Dream On by Eminem. What?
I like Dream On by Eminem. I didn't know Eminem did a Dream On. But then again, I didn't listen to it. I just saw something on TikTok about Eminem, and there are other rap artists talking about Eminem and how good he was and stuff. And if those rap artists who are supposed to be the cream of the crop are saying good things about Eminem, I guess he was better than I thought. I don't know.
Well, if you hear like most modern rap, you can hear his influence on it.
I really like, you know what? I'm not there weren't, Jay-Z stuff, Hard Knock Life and all that stuff. I love that stuff. I wasn't a huge rap fan, but as far as the white rappers go, Eminem and a little bit of Third Base, but Third Base was, they only had a couple of songs. Remember Third Base? Pop Goes the Weasel Goes Pop.
Yeah, Gas Face.
Yeah.
Actually, I just seen the one guy, he was on, there's a YouTube channel called Tracks, and they just get people, it takes place in New York City, so they'll have like musicians and other people come by, and they'll see if they know songs. They'll go through these songs, and whatever, if you get it right, then they just add it up, and then they give the money to a charity they choose.
Ah, wow!
And it's a pretty fascinating ride.
Yeah, I can't. Kid Rock. He started out by rapping, right? Doing rap, but he was terrible at it. He's actually got to start in dance hip hop.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you want the definition of modern cultural appropriation, it is definitely Kid Rock.
Yeah, and I almost brought this up yesterday, but I didn't want to get my ass kicked on this slaptail thing. Michigan's a fucked up state. I mean, you got Kid Rock, you got Ted Nugent,
but you also got Motown.
That's true.
Well, you had Motown,
and you got sucking and fucking every weekend.
So it's fair to say that the black people in Detroit were cool, but the rest of the states.
Oh, hey, just a quick note. GD, Carroll County, the white population is 85.6.
85.6.
Black or African American is 3.88%.
So the rest is what? Chinese?
Asian is 2.3%. Two or more races, non-Hispanic, 2.15%. Then the Latino or Hispanic is 4%, 4.78%.
We are getting to a point where
or 1.6 white Hispanic.
Wow.
Cuban.
This idea of two or more races. So it takes several generations. So you have to have somebody like who's mixed race marry somebody else who's mixed race, so you get 3 races in there. And what's the most we've ever? And what's the most you could have? 5, right? How many races are there? I know GD's going to tell me.
Well, yesterday,
construct, right?
Right.
Yesterday, I was over at my mom's house, and her hospice nurse came in for her visit. And her hospice nurse is hot. And she's
I was about to say, go ahead. I can hear it in your voice even before you said it. As soon as you said hospice nurse, the word hot came up, but way before hospice.
Yeah, she is a very attractive, light-skinned black woman. She's very.
So if we're constructing here, you got your whiteys, Caucasians, right? You got your Asians, you got your black people, African Americans, you got your Hispanics. Is it that's not like what is that? You got your Native Americans, but they're Native Americans, South Americans. I don't know. So some of that's kind of like fuzzy between like what's the difference between. So how many races are there? That's the question. If we just go by the idea that it's a construct, how many are in the construct? 5, 6? How many?
Okay, I'm looking at it. I just Googled it right now. It says how many races are there? And it says Indy 500. It says Indy 500, Formula One, mud track, dirt track. It looks like it's 17 race. No. Okay. It says here 4 ethnic groups, 5 major races, 3 main races, 5 human races. And experts suggest a range from 3 to more than 60 races. There you go. That's narrowing it down.
That's totally narrowing it down. But the idea that, like Ron brought up, that this chick is hot, and I think mixed race chicks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So these people who are worried about the white race being eliminated, I think the mixed race stuff, you're going to get more hot chicks. So maybe you could convince them on that front. Like, hey, yeah, maybe you're afraid white people are going to know. Who cares if we're going to have more hot chicks?
It all depends on what you want your legacy to be. Okay, if you care about your name as opposed to your color, like for example, there's not going to be any more Fendersons, right? White, black, brown. No, my father.
All right, thank you very much. No, I'm sorry.
I mean, the bloodline will continue, but the name will not. No, and it will mean
same with the Napos. Well, no, I'm wrong about that. My segment of the Napos, but there were plenty of others. I'm sure they're having kids. Yeah, they're all over Facebook. Relatives I didn't know I had, so there will be more of them. Not
and
from
sisters and brothers you didn't know you had because your father was so prolific.
No, my father wasn't that prolific. He might have got lucky once or twice.
Well, my dad was prolific, but apparently he was careful also. He only had 1 kid, as far as we know, after me, with another woman other than my mom.
I think I told a story about catching my father fucking the neighbor. I was like 7 years old.
Yeah,
and next door neighbor. I shouldn't have said that. That's narrowing it down pretty close. But she was a hot woman, and she saw me looking in the window and seeing him, and she was like laughing. She was amused by the fact that I saw my old man.
Now, were you getting an allowance back then? And if so, did it go up after you saw your dad with the woman?
Pretty much no. I don't think I was ever one of these kids that got an allowance. I basically stopped my foot crying and whined a lot if I wanted something until they bought it for me. That was my.
So you never used this like, Dad, I could use a new bike, and your dad goes, "We'll have the money for a new bike," and then you go like, "Next door neighbor."
Yeah, you know what? If I would have had some influence around me that kind of would have made me a hip to blackmail at the point, I probably would have used it in a way that could have. Yeah, but you know what? Let's just say that he probably, because he knew that I figured it out or knew what was going on. So maybe he just I didn't have to blackmail him. He just took it for granted that I better treat this kid good. So
I was like, quite often you don't have to blackmail a parent. Quite often when a parent knows they fucked up in front of a kid, the first thing they'll say is, "Don't tell your mom," or "Don't tell your dad." And then they'll say, then they'll say something like, "Let's go get some ice cream."
That's exactly it. And as I think about it now, because my father did get me ice cream an awful lot. Like, what the hell is this about? Why am I? Oh, don't question it, right? That's why I'm a fat ice cream addict now. So yeah. All right, that's the show for you. Is it the show for you again? No. Why isn't it? Why isn't it?
Why isn't it the end?
Yeah. Anything new on this war crimes guy, Hegseth? Anything is anything new about that, or is it just same old? He's gonna get away with it, whatever.
Yeah. There's no accountability
for anybody who's rich, right? I mean, there was that guy who defrauded people out of $1.6 billion, and Trump gave him a pardon, and basically whatever restitution he had to pay, that got wiped away. Like, there's no accountability for. We're right in the fucking fat part of the oligarchy. It's like, if you're rich, there's no accountability for you whatsoever. Only middle class and down get held accountable for anything. That sucks. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything like, okay, war crimes. Because somebody said, wasn't online, and you never know what to believe on this stuff, that even some Republicans were coming around to charging him with war crimes. Wait a minute, that's awfully fast. Don't you have to have kind of like a grand jury indictment, anything like that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if these corporations didn't fucking bow down, and now that we're in this fucking tariff situation, and businesses are being lost and hurting, and it's going to kill the GDP. So it's
You see, yesterday it was in the news, all over my news feeds and wherever, and today it's totally gone. They're back to talking about Obamacare, or as they like to say, the Affordable Care Act. Republicans, Affordable Care Act anxiety rises among House GOP centrists. To do this is buffoonery, is one of the Republicans was saying, to kind of.
I think I read part of that this morning, that article.
So forget about the war crimes. We're on to back to healthcare again. Can we just do one thing at a time? Can we?
Well, no, because it's like small children. They just keep creating these messes. Then they create these messes. Then that fucking moron has to go back and like, oh, we're gonna do this now. You mean reverse what you fucking did because you don't know what the hell you're doing, or just enriching your friends?
The absolute worst thing to me, as far as I'm concerned, is whoever the next person is in office who legitimately wants to fix things, you're not going to be able to fix it in one term. It's going to get incrementally better, and people are going to be impatient. They're going to say like, well, things aren't perfect yet. It's like, motherfucker, do you know how fucked up he's done? What he's done? How fucked up things are? You have no fucking idea. And the person who gets elected isn't going to have the courage to say, you have no fucking idea how fucked up he's done things, how much he's fucked things up. And they're not going to have that kind of courage. They're going to say things like, well, it takes time, be patient. No, it's like, no, show them how fucked up it is. Say, look, this group, we used to have 400 people who monitored XYZ. Now we got 20. And so they couldn't keep track of all the shit that went wrong, So now we need to hire 380 more people just so we could get back to where we were, where we could barely keep up with the problems.
Yeah, that's been my kind of take on things. We expect too many things. You can't fix everything at once. You have to kind of focus on priorities and narrow down your issues that you're going to deal with. We expect, a new administration's got to tackle everything that's wrong. Forget about that. That ain't gonna. You can't. And that was one of the problems. Not in 8 years.
And the problem with and this is not I'm saying the problem with, but I'm not a Biden apologist. But what he did for the economy was he tried to get it back in shape without creating a crash. Because that's what all the economists were saying to him. This is, we're going to have a crash. We're going to have a crash. We're going to have a crash. And Biden kept saying, no, we're going to have a soft landing. We're going to have a soft landing if we do it this way. And we did it his way. We didn't have the crash. Yeah, there was some inflation, but we didn't go to hell in a handbasket. But yeah, there are some people still being hurt by it, no doubt. But it was not as bad as it could have been. And the people don't know that. They don't know. It's just like they don't know how high sugar prices would be if we took away the subsidies for sugar. They have no idea, or they don't know what the real price for gas is because gas companies are subsidized. People don't know. They just take shit for granted. And we're so in the dark as voters. We're so in this fucking dark.
That Chuck Grassley guy was really pushing for that, whatever that corn, like the additives that they put in gasoline. Ethanol. Yeah. And I'm like, why is he so pitbull on this stuff? I want to see his finances and see if he's invested in that shit. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's his state. Where he's like, where is he from?
Iowa, I think. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
one of the
corn
corn
state, right?
states. Well,
Right.
Grassley. Where the fuck else would it be?
Yeah, right. Grassley or Cornley is his name. Yeah. So when you see a politician coming out like so adamant about like what corn additives, whatever that is, you got to go check his finances. I guarantee you, he's heavily invested in that. He's just looking to make money for himself. Iowa, yeah. So he's a corn guy. Of no wonder he wants corn. Like you might as well be from Nebraska. Oh, you corn husker.
He's not a corn husker. He's more like a corn whore.
Corn dog. He's a corn dog. The pipe armor thing got solved, right?
Well, I did. That's why I didn't write the script for that for the Reverend. I knew about it yesterday, but when you listen to the press conference, it was so fucking all over the place. They were more focused on trying to jerk Trump off than they were trying to give real information. And so
trying to get Trump off or trying to save his job, because Patel and Bongino and Bondi have all been called incompetent, even by their own party now. They seem like, and it just seemed like this is just a red herring to try to take the heat off themselves a little bit. Look, we're doing something.
You know what the worst part is? Jeanine Pirro looks like the adult in the room.
Yeah.
That's fucking, when Jeanine Pirro is the adult in the room, you're fucked.
So, but we have no details on this guy, right? We don't have any motive or any of this kind of stuff. Like placing pipe bombs outside the DNC and RNC. What was the motive? He wasn't going to harm anybody with that. Like, what was he trying to achieve? Who is this guy? And if he did it, if this is the guy who did it, he's 31 now. This is 5 years ago, 6 years. He was like mid-20s or something. What could possibly, what was he trying to get out of it? It wasn't.
Well, because you think about it, the people, the January 6 people, they were more anti-government, they were more anarchist than they were Republican or Democrat or conservative. They were anarchists. They wanted to overthrow the government, and the symbol of the government is, for them, politicians. To them, Trump was not part of the government for some reason. He was just their fearless leader, and they were trying to keep him in power. But the guy the guy with the bombs, the guy or gal with the bombs, they could very well just have been an anarchist, just like, blow the whole thing up and start from scratch.
And do you think that because this guy, there was conjecture that it was a Marjorie Taylor Greene because of the shoes, because of the gait and everything. Do you think that might have been intentional? Like I'm gonna try to throw him off the track. I'm gonna, oh look, Marjorie Taylor, I'll get shoes like that. I'll wear a hoodie like that. I'll walk like whatever. Do you think that was part of the plan? I mean, we don't even know if this guy really had anything to do with it at all, right? How'd they figure out it was him? If they by the way he walks, I mean,
that walk of Trump's is really bad. He's definitely got the old man walk right now. I'm not sure. You see that video of him on the plane? He's like waddling.
Oh yeah.
Like pretending that he doesn't need handrails. So, the guy, the alleged bomber, January 5th bomber, or that person, it's possible that with security surveillance, they see him pass certain places and say, well, did this person stop there for a drink? Did they stop there for a snack? No. But if January 6th had not happened on such a large scale, they probably would have caught the person 5 years ago. But they had to divert resources away from that to January 6th. They were still working the case, I guess.
Yeah.
And maybe there was a tip line, not a tip line, but maybe somebody recognized them over time. I don't know.
But Patel said when you attack the institutions of legislation, when you attack our nation's capital, you attack the very being of our way of life.
Unless you're a white person on January 6th.
And you got pardoned. You just
Right.
He pardoned how many of them? Like 1,500 of them or something crazy number like that.
Around 1,500.
So when you attack our institutions by leaving a pipe bomb that hurts nobody, that has nothing, it doesn't. That's you're attacking our way of life. But if you actually break into the Capitol, take a shit on the Speaker of the House's desk, well,
right. Or if you tear down the east wing of the White House, or if you put your fucking name on every other building that you can.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, whatever. We are in just such a fucked up place. The one thing that, because Matt Gaetz, remember Matt Gaetz, the guy who pays $400 for you get your teeth fixed so you can blow me better for teenagers or something.
I remember the Matt Gaetz guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He said he's worried that the final two, because he putting out this poll numbers about how it looks like the Democrats will retake the House in the midterms. You know what? I think we've learned our lesson about predicting elections, because we were all thinking it would have been a different outcome last year. But according to this poll he's citing, is an 80% chance that the Democrat Party will retake the House, and he says the final 2 years will be under constant assault if Republicans lose the House. Well, maybe. How about this for an idea? Maybe don't run the government in such a partisan way. Kind of try to be more centrist, and then you don't have to worry about, there's going to be retribution for this. So just try not to run the thing where people are going to want revenge. Now, I'm not saying revenge is justified in any, this idea of, we will get power. It's going to be. That's a never-ending.
And I don't even call it revenge. If you're just enforcing the law, that's not revenge.
Yeah.
If I'm driving down, like, the speed limit in my neighborhood is like maybe 15, 20 miles an hour. We have kids. Okay. And every day I drive down my street at 40 miles an hour because I'm a dick, and then finally the neighbors get together and they said, we're going to put speed bumps in to slow this, ass down. We're going to put speed cameras in. That's not revenge. They're trying to protect their kids. They just want me to be a little more mindful of, the neighborhood. That's not
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. I don't think you're wrong at any place. But enforcing the law is enforcing the law. But they see it. If you're worried about revenge, then it's because you're doing something that would inspire revenge. And I'm just saying, maybe don't do that. Maybe just be like for everybody. Maybe be a government for everybody, and then you don't have to be paranoid about people taking revenge against you. That's what I'd like to say.
Absolutely.
And also, don't fuck children for $400.
So what's the going rate?
5, at least 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, in this economy, how can you spend that much money on that?
Really? But if you just for everybody, then you don't have to worry about, oh my God, we could lose the majority, and then the whole world's going to turn upside down. We're all going to be fucked. Well, maybe if you didn't fuck the other side so hard, you wouldn't have to worry about it. That's all I'm saying. Just be a nice guy. Can't we all just get along? Can't we just be nice?
Nope.
I'm nice. Aren't I nice? Most people.
My other phone where I monitor govs, it disconnected us and bumped us and put what's his face?
Tony Walker?
Yeah.
Is that gentlemen, can come in. I have to run. I got some things to do.
All right, go run. Now you're just doing that to make Stephen Ortiz jealous?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, get out. Have a good weekend, good Friday, good whatever. Good Friday. Yeah. It's
you guys do the same. And remember, Saturday, December 13th, Laughing Stock Comedy Club. Tickets $20. LaughingStockCC.com.
All right. Have a great
day.
See you later, PepsiCo. Ron is PepsiCo. I don't know. You see, that was our new sponsor. Is Ron's shirt, PepsiCo. Do you think he got a call that said, because he didn't have to run until he just, wait a minute, emergency at the where does he work? Do you know where he works?
I don't know the name of the company, no. And
like,
we talk,
what do they do?
And we talk every week, and I say how's work, but I don't ask him what work is.
But do you know what they do? Like we know the last one was a potato chip company. Do we have any idea what kind of company it was?
Something to do with stuff.
It's so weird, you know. I've had a lot of different careers, but marketing can be done for anybody. I don't know. I don't even know what he did for Frito-Lay. I think he was, I don't up in production, right?
I think he was a chip taster.
Well,
at least that's what Chip said. Chip said
taster?
that. Yeah, that's what Chip said. He says he's just tasting. That's all he's doing to me. It's not gay. It's tasting. That's what Chip said.
So, and before we wrap this nonsense up, I started talking about scams. Right now, I got this ticket where in the mail, you were going 28 in a 20 mile an hour school zone. It was at night when the schools closed, but they still somehow clocked me at doing 28, and I get a ticket for it in the mail. And it says it's got two different websites that I should go to pay this fine. I go logging in there, and right on the top of the website it says, if you got a letter from blah blah blah, it's a scam. Don't pay here. First of all, if it were a scam, like this is where I'm thinking, if I'm sending you a scam, why would I give you the website that's going to tell you it's a scam? Don't pay here. So that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. But then there's no way to actually put in your summons number. I put in my summons number. Oh, we don't find any summons on that. Now I'm nervous. If it's a scam, I don't want to pay it. But also, if they can't find my summons and I don't pay it, oh, why did you pay it? Now we're going to suspend your license. I feel like
no, dude, you call the DMV. Just reach out to the DMV. What?
It wasn't. It's New York City Finance, New York City Gov/finance. Not, and I'm thinking, why aren't they sending me to a DMV site? Usually, if you get to it, but New York City.
Some of those things are privatized. But still, you can go to. I would still go to DMV. I would still reach out to DMV, even though
New York City.gov is not privatized. So and again, if you're a scammer,
they may be private. Not say privatized. I mean it's their equipment, and the government. They're doing it for the government. The government gets their cut, but they're still managing.
Yeah, but okay, all this. I get what you're saying, but if I'm a scammer. Am I going to send you to New York City.gov? And New York City.gov is legitimately New York City's government website. Am I going to send you there to pay it? Now, I did find eventually that there were pictures of my car and my license plate and all this. And it's on the New York City Gov website. So I'm thinking it's legit. But if I'm a scammer, why am I going to send you there to pay? I'm not, unless the scammer's got a hold of New York City's bank account. None of it makes sense. Make it make sense.
Then in that case, it's still, like I said, it may not be a scam, but still, I look at it like this, especially this time of year. Everybody knows, if you're a company and people are calling you wanting to make sure that you're not, that your customers aren't being scammed, you take the fucking time to let them feel good that, you're not being scammed, or they do this for us. Just take the time to explain it, I mean, I get things. This is the time of year I get things. I just got an invoice from a theater where I'm producing a show in April. Okay, and it's just a reminder, But I know if I called them and I say, Claire, is this correct? She would say yes. I have a person I can call.
Yeah, I was trying to look up the DMV number for New York City so I could call and get some verification. Boy, New York City is a clusterfuck of what borough, where you. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't live in New York City. I'm not in a borough. I'm on Long Island. I was in the city that night I was in Queens. I wasn't in the city, but it's part of New York City. Anyway, and the other part of it is, if you're a scammer, why would you send them to a website that says right on the top, if you were scammed, don't pay? I mean, it's just weird. Anyway, so I have 3 more days to figure this out before my license will end up getting suspended for not paying it, or I'll just say, you told me not to pay it. You told me it was a scam right on your website. I don't know. I try to pay. Anyway, what now? Is it just because I'm on some list like of gullible assholes that I'm getting all these scam attempts? We got your name shows up on a list of people that are easily scammed, so that's why we're targeting you.
Well, I get look, it's not just you. I mean, I get it quite a bit, but I'm real quick to say fuck off.
Fuck off.
No, and if I get a second letter saying you need, I said then come get me. Or
I think I'm going to be pretty quick to say fuck. Well, not with the ticket thing, but with this guy with the job thing that's sending me a check and sending me stuff. He hasn't asked me for anything, and my plan was the minute he asked for cash at all, I would just hang up on him and end this thing. But and the texting, I kept thinking, all right, I'm done with this. This is getting boring. Like, we're just going to text all day long with these fucking questions. Like, is this leading anywhere? And like, is it, it's already taken up enough time. I should be getting paid for this time. But I kept waiting. Like, when's he going to ask me for something that of value? And he never did. And I'm like, you know, if you're a scammer, sooner or later, I mean, sooner or later, they all get to but we need a deposit from you up front. No, none of that.
I had a friend of mine who it took him 3 months till finally the person that was scamming him asked for some money. And it was literally just like something so small that you wouldn't even miss it, like 15, 20 bucks, you know, blah, blah, no. And it was like, sure. And then a little bit later, a little bit more. And next thing you know, was it the guy that, and it was only his case, it was a woman. So, and he just thought the woman was just, you know, it's like, okay, first of all, look at you. Why would a woman really like you? But, you know, I've had a couple of friends who were scammed by women and it just took their own sweet little time. So I guess if you're a guy and you're going to do it, you have to take even sweeter time. Because,
you know, this morning, I ordered an oil delivery here, and I told them I wanted to pay cash. They gave me an odd number. It was $394.77, and I had $393 in cash, and then I had to pay the rest in quarters and $1 and something and change. And this guy, I could just see the guy like looking at me like, really? Are you this poor? Like, no, I have 20s and 10. I don't have change. It's just the first time anybody's ever paid you an exact change. Like, it's a little weird.
It's probably waiting for a tip. We're waiting for like, here, keep the change.
Yeah, well, I did. I gave him $2 instead of giving him the exact change. I gave him the $2 in change. I think keep the 36 cents or whatever it was. I guess that's not enough of a tip. But the guy was just looking at me like, this is weird. Why didn't you just pay with a credit card? Because
interest.
I had the cash.
Do you get a cash discount when you pay for your oil and cash?
I'm not supposed to say yes, so I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not supposed to say yes.
Okay, so I mean, just some places do that. You know, if you're paying cash, you get a
some places, not my place, but yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
They would never skirt tax laws like that. No.
Okay. Gotcha.
Right.
And I don't blame it. It's never happened with me either.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the payer could get in any trouble for it, right? If that did, let's just say hypothetically that did happen, the person paying the company wouldn't get in any trouble. It's the company that would get in trouble for it, right? You know, I could fuck the Rockin' 40 if I were a spiteful person. See, because I had the spiteful thought had crossed my mind because
if you were a more spiteful person, because I seem to think that you are a spiteful person. You just control your spite.
Well, give me an example. Where's my spite? Do you have an example?
Well, I think like, well, the sheer fact that you have the ability to disconnect yourself from people only because they're Nazis lets me know that you can be. I'm saying it's there. I'm not saying that you're. I'm not saying that you're like. I think we're probably defining spite differently. You know.
Yeah, well, no, I'm defining spite in this way. Let's just say the lead singer of the Rockin' 45s, who might be like Mikey or rhyme with Mikey, might be Bikey or Trikey or something like that.
Oh yeah, Psyche.
Let's just say, let's just say he's married to a woman who is a CFO at one of the facilities I play at, and she's responsible for sending me my payment. And when the payment doesn't come or is purposely withheld for months and months and months, it feels like spite. Like, oh, you're not getting along with my husband. I'm going to just fucking play games with you.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, and I wrote to it's like, why is the payment delayed? Like, just putting it that way. Why is the payment delayed? Oh, it's sitting on my desk. It's just waiting for a signature. I've been doing this for years. The signature on the check is yours. Every fucking check I've ever gotten is yours. Which is wait. So sign it and put it in the mail. So while that it finally did come just the other day, but while I was thinking, I'm thinking, well, you're fucking with the wrong guy here, because the IRS, Mikey always submitted my business name whenever he got paid by check from a venue. He put it through Matt Media, and I could easily and I paid the tax stuff. I could easily go back there and dispute it and say, this is Mike Scarione here. He's taking the money and putting it on my thing. I didn't authorize him to do that, and then he'd be under audit by the IRS big time if I were a spiteful person. So don't.
But you're not spiteful. You're not that spiteful.
I would be if that check didn't come the other day. I considered it if the check. I was like, if this check doesn't come by the end of December, I'm gonna fucking be a spiteful person. But it did come, so I don't have to be that spiteful person. But you know what? It's just a tit for tat thing. Oh, you're gonna fuck me over several $100s here. I could fuck you for tens of thousands of dollars on this tax thing. Mikey's biggest fucking fear is the IRS will figure out that he's
I used to fear them. I now I just have like a healthy respect for them. But yeah, and the reason why I say I used to fear them, I had a real misunderstanding with them. I had paid my tax. I owed taxes, and I paid it, but I paid it on the wrong line by mistake. In other words, they got their money, but they didn't see it as taxes. They saw it as something else, whatever, different. If I was supposed to pay it on line 44, but instead I paid it on line 41, they still got the money. They just didn't see it.
See, I have a similar problem with the IRS in that I didn't file my taxes for a couple of years, and they were acting like I owe them money. Like, what? No, I paid the taxes. You just want me to do the accounting for you so you can say how much I didn't apply for the refund that you owe me. I let you keep that. So basically you're saying you want to penalize me for not doing your bookkeeping to find out how much you owe me back. Somehow I'm the bad guy in this.
And technically, now, of course, this could be wrong because tax laws have changed so much. But the way I understood tax laws back in the 1800s was that if they owed you money, it was not illegal to not file out your forms. There was no penalty.
It shouldn't be anyway. They should do
only.
They should do all their accounting and bookkeeping, and then if I owe them, send me a bill. Why do I have to do the bookkeeping? You're putting it on me now. You're putting a burden on me to do your bookkeeping. Fuck the IRS. That's what I'm saying. By the way, I love the IRS. They're my favorite people. I just want to say that.
Well, I was really upset, and I called them after, and this was going back and forth for a year. I said, look, I paid you. I said, you people have the money. It's like, it'll be like two people are talking. I give you $5 and you put it in your left pocket instead of your right pocket. I've given you the money. You just have it in the wrong pocket. Change pockets. Why am I going to give you another $5 and wait for you to give me the $5 back out of your left pocket? That doesn't make sense. You already have the money, just switch pockets. And we were going through this, and it was over a year. And so one time I just got angry, and I called and says, now I see why people want to blow the place up. That's what I said. They took that initially as a threat that I was saying, I want to blow it up. But this was like right after, this was in the 90s. When was Oklahoma City bombing? Was that like 96, 97?
1992 or 1994.
Okay, so it's probably around, shortly after that. And so I said to them, so it was very sensitive to them. And I said, now I see why people want to blow up government buildings. That was what I said, something along those lines. I didn't say that I was going to do it. I said I understand why people want to do it, and so that's when I got a call from the IRS, directly instead of like one of their contracting collection companies. And the lady goes, "I
April
was so
18th, 1995. Wow, it's later than I thought. April 18th, 1995. So if the FBI is listening,
I was thinking my tax problem was 96, so that makes sense.
So if the FBI is listening, TD Fenderson is renting a Ryder truck as we speak. He's at the Ryder office in Westminster, Maryland right now, ordering a Ryder truck. And what is this?
First of all,
fertilizer?
I don't rent Ryder or U-Haul. I rent Penske. Okay.
Penske. You're not Penske material. Oh, I got a Seinfeld reference. I don't know. Did you catch the Seinfeld reference?
No.
You're not Penske material.
No.
The Penske file, George.
No.
All right. I think we're done with blowing up the IRS. Aren't we done with blowing up the IRS?
Yeah. Because I don't want anything to happen to me.
No. If anything should happen to you, it wasn't suicide, right, Jeff Epstein? Or Virginia? I'm sorry, that's terrible. I think I know how you. What is he saying? Is he saying something important?
Many New Zealand stores are no. Oh, this is Heavy Cab 42 out of New Zealand. Many New Zealand stores are no longer accepting cash as payment, with small businesses saying handling money poses security risk plus extra time.
That's fucked up. I hope that never happens in America, but
yeah, because our cannabis stores would be like really fucked.
No, I pay by card every time, even at Puspatak.
Really? They don't give you a cash discount?
Yeah, no, it's the same price, cash or credit.
Okay.
What I think I know how you're going to answer this, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. Trump has floated this plan, this not plan. He doesn't have a plan. This notion, this idea, concept of doing away with the IRS completely, doing away with income tax. Anything you want to say about that? Like, is it possible? Is it even doable under any circumstances? Could there ever possibly be a plan that works at this point?
I would have to say the IRS as we know it is possible, but because
income tax, not just the agency, income tax whatsoever. Don't just do away with income tax.
I heard him say it, and obviously it's full of shit. It's something because that would benefit rich people. That would really benefit the rich people because he's talking about replacing income tax with tariffs. Okay, that would benefit the wealthy. Okay,
but hold on a second here. Don't the rich people get away with not paying any taxes anyway because of all the loopholes and stuff? Don't
Well, yes and no. They still have to pay. They don't pay as much. They get away with paying much less than they should. And some of them, the corporations, get away with paying zero. Many corporations. So, but like Trump may pay, let's say, $1 million in taxes next year, but he probably owes $400 million because he's made well over $10 billion off of different scams. So he wants to get away with not paying like anything in taxes.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, our salaries aren't going up. Now, well, again, if there's no income tax, then there's no money being taken out of our paychecks, but we're still paying it on with the groceries and stuff like that. No, it's not gonna. It's not gonna.
All the government money has to come from somewhere, though, right? So tariffs, I don't know, tariffs will do, but that's coming from. It's still coming from U.S. consumers eventually. If you go down the line, it's going to start from the companies. The company's going to raise the prices. We still end up paying it. But the value-added tax, the companies that don't, the countries that don't have income tax, they have that VAT, which I think is even more expensive than like income tax, right? So you go out to buy something, there's a value-added tax on whatever you buy,
right?
That makes it like insane. So.
Now I'm more for like a hybrid system in the sense that like I'm not opposed to value-added tax, but there are some things that should be exempt from value-added taxes. Okay, like necessities. Okay, like let's say, and these are the numbers that I worked up back when I was running for Congress 100 years ago. Let's say there's a value-added tax on clothing, but since clothing is a necessity, I would, let's say, the first $200 you spend on clothing is tax exempt. So if you buy a coat and it's $150 or $199, you don't pay any value-added tax. But let's say you buy a coat that's $205, that you start paying the value-added tax on that $5, not the first $200, because clothing is a necessity. I like tennis shoes. People need footwear. Nobody needs a $400 pair of sneakers. Okay, that's not a necessity. That's a fucking luxury. So yeah, you start paying more than, let's say, $100 for a pair of sneakers, you deserve to pay a value-added tax. But so that's how I looked at it. So the people who were buying low-end stuff, but they needed clothing, they need a car, they need construction stuff, they need lumber for work or whatever, those kinds of things. There wouldn't be a value-added tax under a certain amount of money.
I wonder, New Zealand, you guys pay, I'd be so with us, heavy caps. You guys pay income tax down there? You pay a value-added tax? Just curious. Like, I just would love to hear from somebody who lives in one of those countries about how that actually works for them. If they feel like they get.
And I would, and I think it's now. I had in my world. I mean, when I was running for Congress, I had, like I said, I still had the income tax, but again, it was not toward income, it was geared toward wealth. Because you could be a billionaire and say, well, I was only paid $150 last year, but I'm worth $4 billion. And that increased because I was worth only $3 billion before I cashed in, whatever. So it's wealth. You're taxed on wealth, not just income. So,
I started that by saying I thought I knew how you would answer that, and I was totally wrong about it. I thought you would say, and this would make sense if you would say this, absolutely, that Trump talks about shit all the time, but he doesn't really have a plan for it. He's never going to be able to come up with a plan that works for that. He's just making promises out of his ass, like his healthcare plan that for 8, 9, 10 years now, there's no healthcare plan. It's just we just want to tear down what exists and blame everybody else for what goes wrong. But there's no, so saying I'm going to do away with the IRS or do away with income tax completely.
But you also asked me if it was possible, could you do it? So you kind of asked me like 3 questions at once. And we both know that Trump is full of shit, and he says things that he thinks people want to hear, and he has no fucking plan. And is not interested in the plan. So I wasn't even going to talk about that part. I was going to talk about something that was more constructive.
Yeah.
Well, we both know the man's a fucking nutcase.
Yeah, and what is it possible part is like there could be no like real fucking plan here. This is just
he's just throwing shit out there to get people to stop talking about Epstein and blowing shit up
or war crimes now.
War crimes, right?
People did stop talking about Epstein and war crimes. That's what I'm finding today. It's not in the news anyway. It's not in any news feed. Nobody's talking about either one of those things. Like, very effective distraction there.
This is totally nothing to do with anything, but the headlines and punchlines that are on the show in the morning, I will post a version of it in social media. Most of the time it gets like 20 views, and then and then the other day one of them got like 300 views. Now this is just on Facebook. I'm not talking about the other things, But the stuff that goes well, I don't have the same thing that does well on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. I never have one thing that does well on all three.
You're right.
It's like one of them does well on Facebook and then sucks on the other two.
That's a universal thing. Like what works on one platform doesn't work on another one.
And I really don't get that. It's, to me, it's just like, it's because it's the same people that are on Facebook, that are on TikTok, that are on YouTube.
Well, I think, and this isn't the full answer, but they're like Facebook shows you the title and the thumbnail. Sometimes on TikTok, you don't see the title, you just see the thumbnail. I'm wondering if that has something to do with it, but it is confusing. Like why one audience really responds to one thing and you put it on a different platform and the same exact content gets nothing. It's but I think it has a lot to do with headlines, thumbnails, what they see, what they don't see, where it's being fed to them.
And for one of the headlines to go better than all the others, when the headlines, the caption always says headlines, punchlines for, it goes like headlines and punchlines for December 5th, December 4th, December 3rd, whatever. It always says, I don't have what the headlines are, just that, because I'm too lazy to change that kind of shit every day.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard enough for me to change the. It's hard enough for me to keep track of which day of the Sex Offender Administration it is.
Oh, by the way, the channel keeps on growing. Like numbers, this week for the last 2 weeks. And I think it's because I'm just the sheer number of content that I've been putting out there. It seems to be working. But you know, the subscriber count is going back up. The view count is going back up. It's pretty much doubled in the last month. Now, not necessarily on the live feed, but overall on the channel, numbers are way up. So that's a good thing. What is this? Get tips.
Well, I think I've done too good of a job separating myself from the Reverend, because the Reverend still, like, even when traffic picks up for me, traffic doesn't pick up for the Reverend. People don't realize that I support the Reverend. Okay, if you're supporting me, support the Reverend also. If you like me, like the Reverend also, please.
Yeah, that. All right, let's wrap this up here. I didn't get a chance to talk about the guitar scam because this is something I'm concerned about. There's a scam on social media, and I've almost fallen for it a couple of times. Like a chance to win a new Gibson Les Paul, whatever. You click on the thing, and then it's got boxes that you click on, and you get the first one, it's always wrong. You got 2 more chances. The next one is, oh, you win. Then it takes you to something they're only asking for $9.95 shipping, and you're going to send and that's where I'm not even paying that $9, because then I'm worried about them getting my account information. Then they have to, I've given them permission to take money out of my account or whatever. I'm not going for that, but it keeps happening over. But the point I'm awkwardly trying to make here is it seems to be actually sponsored by Guitar Center. Now, I don't think Guitar Center is really behind this, but now, somebody is
Guitar
using
Center.
their name.
Are they spelling it QATARCENTER?
They're using
or
Guitar Center.
SENTER?
No, they're spelling it correctly, and they're using the company's real logo and all this stuff. And this is where Facebook and Instagram and wherever these things are popping up, they have no accountability to Guitar Center. I would think Guitar Center would be suing the fucking balls off of Facebook for allowing these bogus ads and bogus contests to go on there, because it has to be a scam, right? Even though it seems real, it's got to be a scam, doesn't it? I mean,
how many Les Paul guitars can they give away?
I spent a $2,000 guitar for shipping on, and why is it only $9 for it to ship a Les Paul, which has some weight to it? None of it makes fucking sense. But I'm mad at Facebook for allowing this stuff more than I don't think Guitar Center. I think somebody is just cleverly using Guitar Center stuff. But Facebook should have the mechanism to check: is this a legitimate ad? Is this a legitimate company? Who's actually posting this stuff? So maybe we'll talk about that Monday. We do have guests next week, so maybe we'll talk about it then. It's time to go.
All right. Just, so, yeah. It's funny. I was talking to, texting with, it's Kylie Weathers, our friend Kylie.
Your favorite lesbian. She's queerly attached.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think if she's my favorite lesbian. I hadn't rated them before, so now I don't know.
Well, top 10 lesbians.
I mean, I have dinner with 2 lesbians every Wednesday night. You know?
Really?
Yeah. One of the couples is married.
Wow.
But I don't think of them as lesbians. I just think of them as my friends. So
that's very liberal of you. Very progressive.
It's not liberal. That's just the way my brain works. I don't give a shit about people's sex lives.
I don't either. Well, but with lesbians, I've always. Can I?
Sure. Go ahead. Nobody's
can
listening. People stop listening at 11:30.
I just want to. I want to ask them. Can you just do the? And I'll just sit here and take notes.
It's funny because my wife sometimes gets a little sensitive about some of the things I say. Like I told the scissoring joke, and they laughed their asses off, and my wife looked at me like.
Yeah, but I want to see because I'm very I've led a sheltered life. I have not. The only lesbians I've ever seen like actually having sex were at bachelor parties, and I think they kind of that's performative. That's not exactly
right.
I'm just curious. Let's see.
So when I was in my 20s, I was taught how to do proper cunnilingus by a lesbian.
I'm more interested in the scissoring thing, but go ahead.
I was at a bar, and this is like I said, when I was in my 20s, I was, even though I was like a male dancer, depending on how you looked at my face, she said I looked like a butch woman, which is why she found me attractive. I looked like a butch woman.
Makes sense.
She wasn't interested in my penis, but we went back to her place, and she, taught me a few things about the fine art of cunnilingus, and my game went up like 1,200%. I was giving a 1,200% discount. No, I was giving 12.
You called it a fine art. If I get because I was thinking about going back.
Well, you can get a college credit for it. Yeah, fine art. You can get a college credit for it.
Yeah, I wanted to get a degree in fine arts. I didn't know that was one of the courses.
It is a fine art. As a matter of fact, if you have the right professor, she will give you an A if you do it right. You can get a degree.
I don't want the A. I think I've made it clear that I'm not interested in the A.
You can get a B. You can talk it to whatever grade you want if you're doing it right.
I would like. Yeah, I'm more interested in the C than the A.
If you're going through all the trouble just for a C.
Yeah. I forget what I wanted to ask you about now. You had me intrigued there. Oh, the scissoring thing. Yeah. I don't know, the whole lesbian stuff. It's a fascination. Oh, this is what I want to say, because you brought up the woman saying you had a butch female face or something.
Yeah, I when I was in my 20s, she said I looked like because I couldn't grow facial hair. I couldn't grow facial hair. If you drew it on my face, it would fall off. I just couldn't have facial hair.
This is the thing that got me interested, I'm curious, because my wife knows this young person who's a trans person, a girl who identifies as a boy now, changed her name to a male name, but she's got a boyfriend. And I'm like, is the boyfriend gay? Because his girlfriend is now a guy, but a guy, she doesn't have a dick. So they're fucking, and we assume they're fucking. Like, she's still got a vagina. She's not like a operative trans person. She's born a woman, born female, living a life as a guy, and she's got a boyfriend. So does that make him gay, even though he's still getting vagina? Like, this is like, what's the attraction? Oh, my boyfriend has a vagina, or is it my girlfriend?
See, that's why I don't even think about it. I don't care. I honestly, because
I don't care either. But
there's just so much nuance. If the weird thing is, if it came up in conversation, then sure, I will start. My
point is, I agree with you, and I'm saying if they're happy, good for them. Because look at me, I'm hetero, and I'm a miserable bastard. So if they got it figured out and they're living their lives happy, let them. But it is a curious thing, like a guy who has a guy for partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you want to call it. But what does that make it? I mean, are you gay or you just right? It's weird.
I was friends with this guy who transitioned to a woman, and I don't know how many of the women parts that he had. I know he had the breasts, and he starts dating a woman who said that she was, well, the woman was obviously the woman was bisexual. So I look, and then she talked about the woman, the born woman, the cis woman would talk to me about the relationship with the transitioning woman. You know, she would talk to me about her friend. And the thing is, I would say the name, I just can't remember their names. You know, I'd rather say the name. I'm gonna say Good and
Ted
Brew.
Nallis.
Yeah,
Ted Nallis.
Good and Brew. So Good was telling me about her relationship with Brew. And you know, she says like Brew's love language is this, my love language is that. You know, that kind of stuff. You know, that, you know, give me the details and stuff, and it never came up like what the love mechanics was. Never cared. You know, the only thing I ever said to Brew was once, because I treated people the same. I don't care, you know. And so Brew had said something, asked me something about something she was wearing, and I said, well, to be honest, I said those are nice tits, so you should show them off. I said you paid enough for those tits. You should show them off, is what I said. And she goes, thank you. She's, you are the first person to give me an honest answer on here. She says, like, nobody's even acknowledging that I have tits. I said, really? How could they miss them? You have some like the best tits in the building, because they were like sculpted. You know, there was like, you know, it was like if I designed my own penis, you know, as opposed to the penis I was born with. I designed my own penis, and if I designed my own penis, right? If I designed my own penis and I designed like an average penis, there's something wrong with me. You know, if I design a piece, I'm designing like Porsche.
You're just not a very good artist at that point.
Right, yeah. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So yeah, if you design your own breasts, they should be good. If you go in and you have a vagina designed for you, that should be the best possible vagina possible. You know, like nice and shape. Tight, whatever. Right. It should vibrate. It should vibrate on the inside. It should have like a tongue inside the vagina, whatever it is, however they work. If you're building your own body parts, is what I'm saying, they should be good, because you're paying enough money for them. And that's all I said to her. You know, so I said, well, you paid enough money for your tits. They look good. Show them off.
Yeah, paid enough money. All right. So
now she didn't ask me about her penis, because the last thing I would want to find out is that I didn't have it lopped off and it's only 8 inches. You know, I'm like, really?
I don't really. I don't want to get a P. I want to get a C. I don't want to get a P.
So I'm just saying but if you're paying, honestly, if you're paying for body parts, they should be good body parts. It should be not cut rate. They should be the best.
So get our new sponsor, Jeffrey Dahmer's Body Parts R Us. I don't know. It may try the liver. It's delicious. All right, let's get it.
I'm just saying, like, for example, I paid $10,000 for my teeth. These front 4. If I got the best fucking teeth I could possibly get. It's like,
did you haggle at all? Did you haggle? Like on the price?
No, because when I went in, I think it was. I saw an ad on television, and I saw that she was doing the thing that I've been trying to get done for years, but they didn't have the technology for. And I wanted a female dentist. And so I saw the commercial. I saw the work. I went in. I didn't haggle over the price at all. You know, I didn't know.
I'm not a haggler by nature, but I think.
Well, we saw what happened to you know something. We've been given a raw deal. We saw what happened to Hagler against Sugar Ray Leonard, and nobody wants to be a haggler anymore.
He kind of old by that point.
Yeah, but still, you get your ass beat.
He had like 70 fights under his belt, right? Oh, something.
Yeah, but just still, you get your ass beat like that. You don't want to be a haggler anymore. So I can see why we don't haggle.
Yeah. Hagler actually Sugar Ray went up in weight class. He was like a lightweight and that went up to middle class or something, right? Put on the weight to fight Hagler.
I think so. Now I can't remember what happened with Hagler and Hearns, but
see this. We do have to end, but this boxing used to be such a fucking good sport. They would always have these kind of like compelling things. You don't hear about anything like that. And there's no Sugar Ray, there's no Marvin Hagler, there's no Thomas Hitman Hearns, there's no Mike Tyson's. It's just
and the ones that are out there are ducking the other ones. You know, they're ducking.
Is it because MMA killed the sport? Is that the deal?
I don't think MMA killed the sport. I think too many belts killed the sport. You know, remember at one time there used to be one belt that they fought for. And so you couldn't duck people. You couldn't go around ducking people. Muhammad Ali couldn't duck Joe Frazier. He couldn't duck George Foreman because there was like one belt. And then he got two belts. So now you could be a champion over here and they could be a champion over there. The two of you don't have to fight each other ever. Yeah. You could just yell shit back and forth. And then you get like 5 belts and 6 belts. And so you can start ducking each other.
And now we're in a period where we have like Jake Paul or whatever the guy's name is. Like social media, this is not boxing. Damn it, I'm an old man. I want boomerism boxing back.
I think that's what ruined boxing, having too many belts. And then it just created a void for wanting to see people face each other. And so MMA filled that void. MMA didn't ruin boxing. Boxing ruined boxing. MMA just filled the void.
Yeah. Well, I hate it. I want old boxing back.
No.
Can you work on that for me for next week?
No, because I can't watch boxing anymore. I think I get traumatized watching it because I used to box, and I get a headache just watching people get hit in the head. I get a headache.
I'm getting a headache listening to you talk about getting a headache about watching other people get a headache.
Same thing with football. I love football. I just can't watch it anymore.
Don't say football. Sucks. Don't say football around Heavy Kev because he's going to think you mean soccer and he's going to get all confused.
Well, I used to like European football.
That's what New Zealand, because he mentioned football before. Neighbors stealing your football is why you would shit in their paper. But I think he meant soccer.
Right.
New Zealand, they wouldn't.
I'm surprised he didn't say rugby. And that's the sport I could have gotten behind was rugby too.
The sheep rugby. Is what you could have got behind. You get behind the sheep while you watch.
If sheep were playing rugby, sure, you get behind the sheep.
All right, I'm getting out of here. Don't forget to something with the radio, and we'll see you Monday, maybe. But tune in anyway. Whether we're here or not, just tune in. And then
do you know there's a Cloudflare? Is it Cloudflare? Is that the one that runs Zooms? They're having another outage.
So we better get off before they affect us. Now, just to recap, we covered sheep fucking, we covered scams, we covered what else?
Scissoring.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't really cover scissoring. We just talked about the art
lesbianism versus trans people who are not sure what they are.
But that's science. So we talked about genitalia, but we talked about it in a scientific manner.
And heart-shaped ass.
Speaking of genitalia, we talked about Trump. Asshole.
Oh yeah, right. So we covered it all. So this is the best. Why we aren't getting awarded? It's because of you people who are just neglecting us. So go to the website, buy stuff in the merch store, and support your local mercenaries. And that's all we have for you. Don't forget to turn on your radio. Bye for now.
Oh
to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me.